That's better. Is it working? I'm assuming it's working. Can people see this? We're having tech issues. I don't get tech issues. I assume it's all going okay. I haven't been abducted by aliens. I assume you can see me. So if someone can... Yes, you can. Fabulous. Right, just bear with me one moment, gents. Great. The one night I wanted a nice smooth entrance and it's not happening. Bear with me a moment. I've just got to set up Instagram again. Tell you what, setting up Instagram for this is a pain in the backside. Every time. Let me edit that. It says it's live. Let's do that. I'll set up a new Instagram stream. Just bear with me a moment, gang. All good now. Thank you. For some reason, you come into StreamYard, you set it all up. You do it a couple of hours in advance. You leave everything as is. So the Instagram feed is fine. The Facebook feed is fine. You come back to it for showtime. It all looks fine. About 30 seconds before we go live, the camera just, there's no visuals. There's no sound. There's nothing. I don't know what StreamYard are playing at because they keep changing this week on week, keep changing elements of this. And it's not good because you come in and you're expecting everything to be as it was before. And they keep mucking about. Not good, StreamYard. We're paying for this. Just bear with me a moment. Right, stream key, please. Thank you. I'll have that. That can go in there. Good. That should be that. Lack of polish today, Michael John. Just a bit. Right, let's see if it now picks it up. It should, in theory, now work. Just thinking about it. I think this is the element that keeps mucking up the starts of the live streams. For some reason, StreamYard offer Instagram streaming, and it ain't great. It really isn't great. It's too haphazard. I'm sorry. It's my 5th anniversary. It's my live chat. I'll call the shots. Having trouble connecting to Instagram. Oh, joy. Here we go. It's one of those, isn't it? Right. Now we're live, I think. Are we? It says connect streaming software to go live. Well, I'm clicking on go live and not a lot is happening. So is that it? It is. Now it's working. This is what I'm talking about. I come in here like 3 hours in advance. I set it all up. It's all fine. Everything was fine. Visuals were fine. Sound was fine. All the platforms were fine. You come back to go live. It all looks, nothing's changed. It's all as it was. You go live and it completely goes to toilet, doesn't it? Anyway, good to see you all, gang. Thank you for turning up. This was a bit last minute. I did mention on Tuesday's live chat that I'd be doing an impromptu live chat. Wasn't scheduled, and then I thought, well, do you know what, let's have people on if they want to come on today. It's all good. So I'm running it through StreamYard, although why I bother, I've no idea. And if you want to come on live, you can. Just drop me an email and I will send you an invite. And then if you wish to come on to the live stream, you can. Let me just get that email window. What are you doing, man? Come on. Sorry, I need to move that over there. Otherwise, I can't see the emails when they come in, can I? There we go. So if you want to join me live here on, well, it's not even a live chat number, is it? It's an impromptu live chat. For the 5th anniversary, 5 years old today, this channel. If you want to join in, email me. There's a ticker at the top of the screen, brooksyspacecorner@gmail.com. Send me an email. I'll send you an invite. You click on the invite and you're here live. That's how it works. It's all good. Right, let's see who we've got on here. The cake is here, Jamie. You'll be pleased to know. Champagne is ready. Well, I'm going to finish off the red wine tonight that I started on Tuesday. Champagne's there for when we get to like 1 million subscribers. Hey, JD's already. No, that's just wishful thinking on your part. let me just go through these. I need to star these messages. There we go. Beautiful. Westford, still haven't got your... I know you've bought a JD. I think, is it a Roadie? Roadie 2? White one? So I've been informed. There's Stacey Ann from North Carolina watching us from work, no less. Westford, there we are. So yes, he bought a JD. Yes, he did. 5 years go dark. Yeah, just about. Yeah, Bill, I haven't been abducted. No, I was here. I could see all the messages, but like I say, I went live and suddenly when I went to add the camera to screen, it was just black. I could see me talking in the corner, but there was no camera feed on the screen. So I had to go and sort it out. But here we are, all live. Gareth Harrison, good to see you. Thank you for your message earlier. Aliens don't like cake. Well, they wouldn't know what's good for them, would they? Westford, perfect. Have I ever tried OBS? I have, and it's a complete pain in the backside. I did that for the first couple of live streams, probably the first 3 or 4, and it was horrible. It was horrible. The whole point of StreamYard is it does away with the need of using OBS. It's meant to make it a lot smoother, a lot more automatic. It's meant to be just a lot smoother process. And obviously allows people to join in. You can't do that with OBS. I can't have you guys here on the screen with me. So as far as I'm aware, I don't think you can. There are other software platforms you can use, but all of them have a cost. So if you want to have people join in, come on live to the stream, you have to pay for it one way or another. I know because the StreamYard subscriptions come up for renewal, and I've been looking around at alternatives. I hope you're listening, StreamYard, because you need to up your game. Too often I'm starting live streams, everything's fine, and as we get to within 30 seconds of going live, it goes wrong. I'm not paying you £250 for that. You know, I expect a little better. You have OBS and it is quite great. Okay. But you're not trying to get people on screen on camera with you, or are you? I don't know. I don't know. Your JD is ready. Very good. Okay. Next time my JD. Yes, there we are. Yeah, cool. So, welcome. This is an impromptu live chat. There's no, it's not live chat 125. That's next Tuesday, of course. But we're here. I just wanted to set up a live chat because we did one Tuesday, and I said I'd do one today because I didn't get to do any impromptu ones last weekend. It all got a little manic when I was at Saturday's gig. Internet reception was dreadful. We got access to the client's Wi-Fi, but there was about 70 people all trying to log on at the same time. It was a mess, so it didn't make much sense. So I said we'd do an impromptu live chat tonight. So it is exactly 5 years today since I posted my first video, which was the welcome video here on the channel. We were in the middle of COVID, in the middle of lockdown. Didn't know when we were going to get out to do any more gigs. My hair looked like someone had plugged me into the electricity. It was all over the shop. Crazy, wild hair. And what I do remember was that day, and obviously for the first video, I was wearing a shirt and jeans. And it was roasting in here. It must have been high 20s, low 30s. It was absolutely roasting. And I remember filming it thinking, I hope they can't see I'm sweating, because my face was, it was just running down my face, the back of my neck, the lot. And it was like that for a couple of days here. And I remember thinking, I didn't realize, I didn't think about this, did I? So you're getting filmed looking reasonably smart for me. And it's just absolutely blazing hot. So I edited that video, put it up. And what I should have done, had someone told me, was have 5 or 6, maybe 10 videos ready to go and do them like one every 2 days, or or put 3 up at the start and then... But I didn't know any of that. So I put the welcome message up, and then you had to wait until the first proper video here on the channel was up, which was the following day. And I remember editing that Status Empathy bass review. That Friday night. It was the Friday, and all through the day Saturday, and it took me literally about 24 hours of editing to get that video. Now when you look at it, you scratch your head and go, 24 hours of editing, really? But that's what it took at the time. It was it took a lot of, I was learning the package, and I'm still using the same package now, Power Director by Cyberlink, and love it. It's great. I'm very happy with it. But at the time, I didn't know the software well enough. So there were lots of little quick tips and things you can do on there relatively quickly. And I was doing it the long way. So it took a lot longer to edit a video. I remember thinking, God, I've got to try and speed this up. I can't spend 24 hours editing each video. That'll kill you. But here we are. I could probably turn that video around about 2.5 hours now. It wouldn't take me 24, that's for sure. But anyway, we've moved on. We're 5 years older. 800 videos here on the channel. I hope you find stuff here on the channel that keeps bringing you back. I hope that carries on for as long as possible. My intention is to keep the channel running until they put me in my box. So we'll see. And there's going to be a lot more gigs, hopefully, in the rest of my career. There'll be more gig vlogs, more bass reviews, demos, interviews, series, just more of everything. At the moment, I'm a bit hamstrung because my office is just full of stuff. And I've got to get this in a state where I can film quickly and edit quickly, and at the moment it's not like that. And I've been working on it for a couple of days, and I've got to really sort of pull my finger out here and make it what's the word, not accessible, but where I can literally just put the camera on, film, go, do it, edit it up, put the video out. At the moment it's time intensive, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll find a way around it. Don't you worry. Where's for? A roadie indeed. White with a black line running across. Yeah, I've seen that bass for a little while. It's been on Facebook. Best bass channel ever. Well, thank you very much. I'm not sure how many you're comparing me to, but I'll take that. I'll take that. That's fine. I can go with that. So I hope everyone's doing well. Hope your bass playing's going great. Hope you're having a good week. Hope you're having a better week than the start of this live chat. Anyway, I can't believe that was, I go for a smooth start to the live chats, and that wasn't it. Not in anyone's language, but it's all good. It's all good. So come on in. We're talking bass guitars, bass amps, bass effects, bass accessories, anything to do with bass, really. You want to talk about any great bass players, albums with great bass playing on, you are more than welcome. It's good to see you. I can see a load of things popping up here on Facebook. What's going on? That looks okay. Yep, that's fine. Pete Degan, Nearland. Congrats. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. People reacting to my post. Very good. So yeah, so it is a bit of an impromptu live chat. I know. Obviously, we won't have a lot of the regulars because they're here for Tuesdays, not Thursday evenings. But that's fine. So let me know what you want to talk about. It's a bit of a free hit tonight. We can talk about anything to do with bass that you'd like to talk about. Got any problems with your gear? Any problems with maybe you got auditions coming up? Maybe you're trying to set a pedal board up. Looking for some help, some advice with regards to bass gear, bass stuff. That's what we're here for. I can open up to the floor because we're on StreamYard, of course. So feel free to post your questions, and you can join me live. There's a ticker running along top of the screen. Email me, brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. Send me an email. I'll send you an invite, and then you can come to screen. Easy as that. No problem. And we could talk bass one-to-one. It's all good. We may get a few people come through from Bass Chat. I did post up on Bass Chat a little earlier. I don't know if anyone's even seen that post. Someone has reacted to it. I can't see. Has it had any views? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's not shown up, so people haven't seen it. Not to worry. Maybe we'll get a few anyway. I did post a link up on Base Chat, so we'll see if anyone partakes of my invite, of my invitation. We will see. We will see. I can see messages going up. Westford, yes, the bass has been on reverb for quite a while. What made you buy that one? What have you got money burning a hole in your pocket? Jamie, want to try the crazy bass synth pedal? Yeah, that MXR sounds crazy. I've seen mixed reactions to that. Apparently the latency isn't great, I've heard. And the tracking is a little not patchy, intermittent is a description I saw. So the problem is I can't get pedals from the likes of MXR because the channel isn't big enough. So the only way I can do that is to go and buy one, which we'll see. I've got so many bass synth pedals. I really don't want to have to buy another one, but we'll see. We'll see. That's cool, Jamie. The guy from that other channel was gobsmacking himself over it. Well, I think he kind of was involved in, I don't know in the design of it, but in the help to push it online. He emphasized the latency smoothness. Well, he will do because they're trying to sell product. But I saw some independent reviews and several of them mentioned the same issues, which would make me think, again, anything with tracking, octave pedals, drop tuning pedals, all of that, the tracking is the most important thing. It's the be all and end all as to whether the pedal will be a success or not. So we will see. We will see. It could go really well for that pedal, or it might not. It could just fall into the abyss of 100 other bass synth pedals, and there are good ones out there, there are bad ones, but a lot of it does come down to, and I've said this before many times here on the live chats, that anything to do with tracking, is the bass passive, is it active, has it got a 2 or 3 band EQ, what strings are you using, what's your string attack like, how hot is the preamp in that bass. It can make a big difference. All of those elements, especially how you attack the strings, your playing technique. You get players and they've got a pick in their hand, they go, whoa, really going for it. And it's like, octave pedals need a little more respect than that. You can't go full guns blazing. It just isn't going to track. It's almost like using it's a bass synth, isn't it? So it's a bit like using a bass equipped with MIDI, where you had to play everything extremely accurately and precisely, and if you don't, suddenly all these weird sounds fly out. And pretty much any bass synth, that's kind of what happens. You go at it like a bull in a china shop. It's just going to make a din that it's not what you're after. In theory, what it should produce should be fabulous, and if you don't approach it with the right mindset, it just becomes a bit of a mess, a frequency mess. Westford, yes, with my dad we exchanged our bedroom and I sold a bunch of things that I accumulated over the years. Oh, very good, well done. Beat after beat, good to see you becoming a regular lately. Well done. Yes, he does. Congrats on the 5 years. Well, thank you very much. It's been a funny old day. I was thinking, what were you doing 5 years today? But I was literally here working, slaving over videos, how to do it, with a million things in my head, thinking you got to remember to do that in the description box, and you got to do that, and you got to do all this back end stuff, and you got to make sure you do this with the software and line the text up, and a lot of the things that were paramount in those first couple of videos, from my perspective, now I don't even think twice about. There's more important factors when it comes to producing a video than the things I was very focused on early on, because I wanted everything to be right, as everyone does when they come on a YouTube channel. They want everything, every video to be perfect, and you want all the sound to be amazing and the visuals to be great, and you want all the overlays to be mind-blowing. And actually what we found, or what I found in 5 years, is That's a load of old tosh, because I can't remember the name of the weight bodybuilding guy who's basically built a channel over the last 2 years, millions of subscribers, millions of views, millions of followers, and his stuff is just literally done with zero production. He just films it as he's going through, cuts it all together, bang, and out it goes, and people love it. So obviously I'm not built for that. That's not my thing. But I'm here doing bass stuff. So, and we're a smaller kind of community. So it's all good. It's all good. Westford used to love train and had a load of miniature trains. Right. Got you. Okay. Beat after beat, speaking of Jamie, that's all cool. I only kept my British miniature train because they are your favourites. Very good. Are we talking steam trains there? Beat after beat, a music channel on YouTube yesterday called the name of my channel crap. These things, as I've learned over 5 years, you just got to roll with the punches, to be brutally honest. People will say things, they don't necessarily mean them. They're just spouting. So you just keep doing what you're doing. Keep working on your channel. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. There's my sister. That was the other reason we're going on StreamYard tonight. I wanted to make this a little more entertaining. So for those of you who've not met my sister before, there's my sister, Kerry Brooks. And she's in hospital. She had a hip operation, had her hip reconstructed yesterday. And we thought she was going to be at hospital last night. And she isn't. She's still in hospital today. Was hoping to go home this evening. She can't go home because the physio she's been doing, she hasn't been able to walk up the steps. And until she can walk up steps, she can't go home because she has stairs at home. So that's my sister. So I thought we'd try and keep her entertained, keep her spirits up as best we can. And yeah, there we go. There we go. So you keep watching. I told you, probably after about 5 minutes, you'll drop off. You'll get some sleep. So we'll see if we can keep it entertaining for you. So that's my sister, younger sister. Beat after beat, it kind of hurt. Mate, if you saw all the messages I get, things I wake up to every morning when I come into my community tab here, when you go into the analytics, go to the community section, you see all the messages people have posted and comments on videos. Some of it is quite shockingly awful, but those people don't know you. They aren't going to support your channel. There's billions of people on the planet. A couple of people here and there, forget about it. It's nonsense. You get all we get it here on the live chats. We get it on the shorts. People just spouting rubbish and nonsense. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They are completely inconsequential. You do your thing. You just do your channel. Do it how you want to do it. Keep working at it. Westford, not Steam. Love the diesel shunter train. Okay, Class 08. You know a lot more about this Westford than I do. Okay. Many blessings to my family member. Well, there she is. That's it. Little sister. That's it. Big brother is watching and talking. He is when he's on camera and the camera works. Yeah, it's great. I was stood there going, everything is plugged up. I don't get why it's not working. I couldn't get my head. And it was StreamYard. Again, come out of StreamYard, go straight back in, all working perfectly. I don't know why when I set stuff up an hour or two in advance, StreamYard just has an absolute paddy when it comes to going live. Yet 10 minutes before I pressed the go live button, it was all perfect. It was all fine. Camera was working, sound was working. I was there on the screen. Everything was great. And then all of a sudden, no camera, no sound. And there we go. But anyway, reminder, Mike, when you go back and do the timestamps for this video, cut out the first 2 minutes because it's tripe. Don't need that. Thank you, Westford, to my sister. There we go. He said it wasn't. Beat after beat. Just don't worry about these people. They're idiots. Nonsense. What do they know? What do they know? You just do your thing. In fact, I'm just coming through to have a look at your channel. What's on there? There we go. Loads of stuff. You keep doing what you're doing, mate. There you go. I'll subscribe to you. There we are. Well, these people know. You just do what you want to do. It's your channel. You do what you like. People are bitter out there. Let them crack on. They want to hang around doing their channels and be bitter. Leave them to it. There we go. There we go. Bill Derbyshire. Tell. Did you press return before you finish the sentence, Bill? Jamie, beat after beat. Tell him this. Thanks for your input. Yeah. Quite. Yes, sister. Gotta love technology. I was spitting feathers at the start of this. It had gone live. The countdown had finished, and I wasn't on screen. It took 2 minutes to get back, but there we go. You've been a music channel for 8 years. Good for you. Keep doing it. Just keep doing it. You never know when the cogs of the algorithm will turn in your favor. You just don't. None of us do. A friend of mine, I'll tell you a story. I've said it before. Depp in Uncle Funk. So I play in a 9-piece disco band. The sax Depp, Alistair, we were talking after a sound check on a gig about 2 years ago. And we were saying, oh, you got a YouTube channel? Yeah. Oh, great. Okay. And we've subscribed to each other, and that's all good. And I said, how's it going? He said, well, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah. He said, you're monetized. Yeah. I went, yeah. He said, I have had this video that I put up like 6-7 years ago, and it's just gone nuts out of nowhere. He said it was just doing nothing. It had never really done anything. It had maybe 1,000 views. He said, but it never done anything particularly. I said, right. And he said, it's just blown up. It's taken off. I said, well, what are your analytics saying? He says it, or he said, it was generally external views coming in from outside of YouTube. So clearly someone or something somewhere someone had either shared that video out, or he'd posted it on one of his other social media pages, and something somewhere picked up on it. And he was getting tens of thousands of views every single day. I said, are you getting paid? He said, oh, yeah, it's all going. So you never know. You never know when a video that you might have put up years ago suddenly takes off. And the way you've got to look at it is that every video you produce is an invitation to the algorithm to push you further, push you out to more people. Doesn't matter whether the video is good, bad, or indifferent. Sometimes the most dreadful videos suddenly get traction and they take off, and you don't know why. You might see it in the analytics, but you might not. So just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep going for it, and see where you get, But the important thing is not to burn out. I had one burnout, which was after about 5 months of doing this, around about January 2021. So I've been doing the channel for 5 months, and I was going at it. We were doing 3 videos a week, and trying to get my head around shorts and starting live chats and doing this and that, and there were so many ideas, and I just burnt out. And so don't do that. So work to a reasonable schedule, but don't burn yourself out. What I've done at the moment, I've upped my output using remix shorts and doing more of the live stuff, and that seems to have worked quite well for a couple of months. I'm wondering if the live chat thing might be not this live chat, but when I do the impromptu ones, when I reverted back to this vertical live stream format back in May, June, the view numbers were going through the roof. I've noticed they're starting to reduce. Now that could be because it's the summer. It might not be. I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye on it. But if it was that they were promoting the vertical live streams and now they're going to go back to promoting the horizontal live streams, then we will follow what the algorithm wants and we'll go back to doing it. But you have to kind of stay abreast of what the algorithm is doing. It changes constantly. Things that were important to do in your videos and on your channel 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago have changed. All the advice we were getting at the start when I started, you got to do this, you got to have an intro, you got to blah, 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 blah. All those things now are the things you are being told not to do. So keep on with the YouTube educational channels and things like vidIQ and Think Media, and see, follow their suggestions, but really just do your own thing and see where it takes you. That's my advice, because you don't know. You never know. You might stumble upon a video subject or a format in how you edit your videos, and it just takes off. You just don't know. None of us know. That's the joy of this. None of us know. But yeah, the way I see every video, every piece of content I put out there is another invitation for the algorithm to pick that up and do something with it. What it wants to do with it is up to it. I can't control it once it's out there, but give it a good wrapper, good title, do all the description, keyword research, good thumbnail, good content, see what happens. You can do the greatest video ever and it does nothing. You can do the worst video ever and it'll suddenly take off. There's an element of luck of the draw, but there's also the doing your homework and doing the prep, and just try and make every single video you do 1% better than the one before. And if you work to that premise, there's always things you can make better. And you just got to keep at it, keep going, but don't burn yourself out. If you feel you're burning out, take a week off, go away, do something else, come back to it. YouTube will always be here, I assume. So if you need time for yourself, don't burn out over it. But don't people calling you names, rubbish. You don't need people like that. It's like the people that come in and subscribe to your channel and then drop off. It's like, well, A, why did you bother subscribing? But B, those aren't the people you want watching your channel. If so, the ones that stay, and I'm very grateful for all the people who do come back every week for the live chats. I'm very appreciative of that. And they're the people I'm working for, if you like. The ones who come on, subscribe, and then unsubscribe a couple of hours later, they're not right in the head, so don't worry about them. Right, messages. Here we go. Kerry Brooks, not enough cake yet. No, the cake's there. I literally finished my dinner about 10 minutes before we went live. So, so the cake will come. It's there. Bill Derbyshire, get well to your sister. There you go, Mags. I call her Mags because we had a name for my sister when she was young. I'm not going to tell them, don't worry. Make sure they have the correct equipment and care set up for when she's discharged. Advice from a retired nurse. There we go. She had hip reconstruction once before, so she's been through this before. But it was time for the other one, and they pulled her operation forward from October to yesterday. So we've all been rejiggling our diaries to deal with everything that's going on, and. But she'll be fine. She'll be fine. You'll be out tomorrow. Swear. I'll be down there tomorrow. So, yeah. Beat after beat. Jamie. Kerry Brooks will save some cake for you. We might not. I might have eaten all of this. We'll see. We'll see. I think cake is the last thing on my sister's mind, to be brutally honest. Stacey, very good advice, Bill. Very good. Beat after beat. I'm going live tonight and go to an auto show. Very good. Very good. It's summer. It's slow on YouTube. Yeah. I was steaming along through May, June, July, start of July, with the vertical stream. I'd do an impromptu live chat and get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views. I've noticed the past 7 or 8 days things have slowed down, but it is summer. People are on holiday. This is why 2 years ago we didn't do any live chats through the summer. I only did one at the end of each month to let people recharge, but the regulars come on. We're building the live chats. It's all good. I'm quite happy doing it every Tuesday, and because I haven't put any long form content up for a while, the live chats sort of help with the analytics and the figures and the algorithms. That's all good. Stacey, summer is slow for hairdressers too. People on vacation, super slow. Yeah. Your fans call you beat. Get to the beat. Exactly. Lorenzo from Italy. Good to see you, my man. Hope you're well. Beat, thank you for the support. That's all right. We support each other. We know how much work goes into all this content production. Actually, I can see my sister. Thank you, Pink Baseman. I do love cake. Yes, she does. My sister makes amazing cakes. I've got saved somewhere on my hard drive pictures of her cakes. You wouldn't believe them, actually. She's an amazing cake maker. I'll try and dig them out, maybe for Tuesday, and I'll show you the cakes my sister makes. What was I going to say? Beat, right. So here in the UK, it was reported yesterday on the BBC News Channel and other outlets. Basically, YouTube is the second most watched service after the BBC here in the UK. So basically, people are turning their tellies on. If they're not watching the BBC, the next most watched service, not BBC Two, although I guess that might have been amalgamated, BBC One and BBC Two, 3 and 4. It's not ITV, it's not Channel 4, not Channel 5, it's not Netflix, it's not Amazon Prime, it's YouTube. So, people are now watching YouTube videos instead of watching TV. So the advice is to start creating series of content that are related. So if you find a certain niche or topic that works well on your channel, create a series around it. Series of videos, what I mean. There were some figures. Let me find them. They're on my phone because I sent them to someone who was doing social media stuff. Let me pull these figures out. This came via Think Media. I will quote them. Hold on. Here we go. Right. YouTube is the #1 most watched streaming platform on TV in 2025. Over 1 billion hours of YouTube is watched on TV every day. Not phones, not desktop computers, on TV. 1 billion hours. I see it in my analytics. Tablet watching, iPads and what have you, on its backside. Mobile watching, still pretty good. Desktop, pretty good. But the biggest grower is people watching YouTube on their smart TVs. YouTube Shorts, over 200 billion views daily. Big numbers. So if your channel is sort of meandering and you're thinking, not sure, start producing content that works for TV. Oh, my mum's talking. Yes, mum. I'm talking about Kerry because she's on the live chat, you see. So yeah, start not molding, but think how your content is going to look on TV, because again, we don't know, in 5 years there might be another type of device that people are watching YouTube on. I know when I first started, I was making my stuff for desktop viewing. Then all of a sudden shorts appeared and they were like, no, you got to make your content for shorts and for vertical feed. And I was thinking, no, you need to do it horizontal. You got to do widescreen, 16:9 ratio. Because if people aren't watching it on their desktop and they do start watching it on TV, it's got to be in that wider frame, not the vertical frame. Vertical frame works for phones. But here we are doing a vertical live stream and people watch it on the tellies. My mum and dad are probably watching this on their telly. So for the moment, this has been an experiment through July to see how the vertical live streams for the live chats go in terms of viewing figures and people getting involved and interaction. So we've come to the end of the month. It started amazingly, but I knew it would because we had Lee Sklar on and that drove the numbers on that chat. But the actual Tuesday night viewing figures have gone gently down. They've kind of plateaued as the month has gone on, but that also corresponds with children breaking up from school for holidays, people being away. If you're away, you're not going to tune in the live chat, are you? I know I personally probably wouldn't, but it depended where I was and what I was doing on that day. But there we go. Right, Stacey, that's the best way to look at it. Pace is everything. correct. Beat, people think it costs to subscribe. People think it costs to give a video a thumbs up. It costs nothing. People, if you're watching the live chat, I know the regulars know the drill. Please give this live chat a thumbs up. It costs you nothing. It's literally a mouse click. That's all it is. There's no cost. There's no involvement. You just give the video a thumbs up because it drives the video within the YouTube algorithm. So the video gets sort of passed out and fed into more and more viewers' home pages, which then pulls more bass players to the channel, which means we have more bass players involved in the live chats, which means we have a bigger brain, if you like, to call on when we're trying to sort each other's bass problems out. We got more people. That's kind of how it works. So please, if you're watching this after the event or you're live, I can see 10 people are watching at the moment, please give this live stream a thumbs up. It's really important. If you're on a mobile device and you're saying, I can't see where the thumbs up is, the live chat window, which is directly underneath this video window on the desktop, it's that way. But on the mobile app, it's directly below. If you pull that live chat window down on your device, it pulls the live chat down. Then you'll see the row of icons, the thumbs up, thumbs down, share button, super thanks, save button. All of that is there. Then to bring the live chat window back up, put your finger on the bottom of your screen and swipe up. And the live chat feed comes back. So that's where the thumbs up is. So please do that. It really, I can't accent it any more than I do, but giving a video a thumbs up, leaving comments, sharing the video, those are the three big things. Subscribe numbers are a vanity metric. It's nonsense. I wouldn't be surprised if subscriber numbers disappears within the next 5 to 10 years, because you can have videos on your channel that are watched by 100,000 people, but you might only have 3,000 subscribers. So what's the point in having 3,000 subscribers? And the fact that loads of us creators caught the algorithm not presenting our content to our subscribers. I get often people say, I'm subscribed, I've got all notifications turned on, yet I do not get notified from YouTube when you go live or that you've got new content up. It's like, well, what's the point in having subscribers then? You might as well, this is the way YouTube is going, and especially with the TV thing, put your content out, it'll deliver it up to the people that are watching on TV, on a mobile device or on a desktop machine. It's all changing. Things are changing. Jamie, Kerry Brooks, brother and I will have to get some sorted for you when I come over. She makes, her cake would be better than anything we can buy. Don't worry about that. Your name came from the Go-Go's. We got the beat. Very good. Very good. Lorenzo, very hard for me to understand all the topics, but I resist. Okay, Lorenzo, what you need to do, let me just check this myself, actually. Just bear me a minute. Okay, so when you're watching and it's live, you can't turn the captions on. If you watch this the day after, or actually it'll probably be, it'll be as soon as we've finished. In fact, I think it uploads. So as soon as I press stop, we've ended the live stream, it gets uploaded onto my YouTube channel. If you give it about an hour or so, you can go back in and watch this video and press, when you're watching it, there's an option to change, well, there's the settings cog, but there's also an option for CC, which is closed captions. That's subtitles. So if you press that, it will translate it for you into Italian. And hopefully then you'll understand what I'm talking about and what we're talking about. But you stick with it. Stick with it. I do appreciate you coming back every live chat, so it's fabulous. Westfort, that's incredible. Which bit? Oh, the figures. Yes, very. I watched Ozzy's funeral yesterday in Birmingham. Yes, very sad. Very sad. I thought Sharon looked very frail, but she's I'm not sure if she's been ill. She did some nutritional thing where she went on some diet, I think, and she's lost a lot of her body weight, I think. But Who's going to tell Sharon Osbourne what to do? She'll do what she wants to do. All these people watching Ozzy's funeral yesterday. People love the big screen. Yes, they do. But you see people come in now, and there's so much toot on terrestrial TV and all the other free channels and stuff. They want to watch what they want to watch. And if that means watching YouTube, and there are creators now basically creating series of content that is better than what the TV companies are producing, people vote with their feet. They want to watch. If they find something they like on YouTube and they know every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. their favorite creator is going to put a piece of content up, they'll go and watch it. They will watch it. I mean, we have it to a much smaller degree here on the Tuesday night live chats, but we have a regular audience. We do. We have people who turn up regularly and enjoy the chat, and some of you talk between yourselves, and it's all good. You know, that's. I'm trying to build a community of nice bass playing people. Yeah, Gareth, you got your new car today. Excellent. What did you get, sir? Rock fan, good to see you. Welcome. Beat, I hear that all the time. Cool. Rock fan, YouTube also unsubscribes some people. Yes, it does. Channels that I subscribe to, I thought I haven't heard anything from that channel for ages. I go and look, and I'm unsubscribed. I certainly didn't unsubscribe. So yes, agreed. Gareth, as soon as I log into YouTube on my phone, it automatically starts playing random shorts. That's what happens. Albriano, good to see you. How you getting on with that, Elric? Congratulations, Brooksy. I missed on Tuesday. That's okay. All the live chats go up onto the channel, so you can always watch them after the event. Don't forget, people, I've put the banner up. You can come in and join in live by video if you so wish. Email me, brooksy'sbasscorner@gmail.com. Send me an email. I send you an invite, you click on the invite, and then you're here on screen. So if you want to talk bass, anything to do with bass playing, bass guitar, bass effects, bass amps, bass accessories, great bass players, all that sort of stuff, you can come on here live. You missed Tuesday, glad I'm on now. Thank you very much. Question, have you tried the MXR compressor pedal? There's quite a few. I have tried several in the past, probably 5-6 years ago. I've not had any here to try. And as I found out in the early days of this channel, even though I know the guys at MXR here in the UK and their distributors, they wouldn't send stuff out unless you're a big channel. So in order to do pedal reviews, this is why I talk about super chat and super thanks every week, of course, is that I have to buy everything. So all the reviews you see on the channel, apart from the pedals that came from Paul Flatley Guitars, and the Anaconda basses, and the stuff that came from Bass Direct in the early days of the channel, everything else is stuff I've had to buy and feature. So maybe I'll go and get an MXR compressor pedals. But the problem with compression and doing compressor pedals on a YouTube channel is it's a sonic, it's not an EQ thing really, it's a sonic tailoring to the sound. And the problem we got is that sometimes the sonic changes that a compressor pedal brings about are quite refined, and it's hard to convey them via a YouTube video, because when we create a video and we edit it up, when it renders in the video software to create the video file, it's being compressed and the sound's being compressed, and then when we upload it to YouTube, it's being compressed again. So it's already had 2 levels of compression aside from the compression that's on the video audio itself. So it makes those sort of videos a bit difficult to convey. I did one for the Aguilar DB599 when it came out, the small yellow one. DB599? I think I'm right. Hold on. Let's have a little look. It was the DB599. There we go. The small yellow one. I had to use sort of extreme settings on it in order to get the changes in tone. and sound to come across in the video. But that's not to say I won't do one. Maybe I will. What exactly does it or they do? When guys review them, I never hear a difference. This is the problem. That's exactly what I've just explained, is that it's not like a chorus pedal or a flanger or an envelope filter. It's more of a sonic, it's like tailoring the sound. So basically a compressor, when you're playing, if you set a compressor correctly, what it'll do is boost. So if you're playing and you've got, say you've got a 60-second piece of music and you're playing loud and dynamically, and then you play quietly and gently, and then you go loud again, and then you play quietly and gently. If you ran that signal through a compressor, set it up correctly, and what it will do is even up the sound. So the high loud volume peaks are pulled down and the low quiet parts are brought up. So you end up with a what's called a compressed tone. Now, if you look at that sound wave, whether in an audio software or DAW or whatever, once it's run through a compressor, instead of being a line like that, which is what a WAV file is, with all the sonic information in it, it looks just like a large rectangle because it's all smoothed. All the peaks and transients and the troughs are taken away, and you have this linear sort of sound wave that's basically compressed. What normalization is, it's getting everything to sound at the same level. So that's what a compressor does. A limiter is slightly different. That just takes the peaks away. Limiter is for slapping. And compression and limiters are similar things, but a limiter is if you're plucking and slapping and quite aggressive in your attack on the strings. A limiter just takes those peaks off, so it's going to cause less damage to your speakers if you're running through an amp and cab setup. If you've got more questions, put them in the live chat and I'll try and answer them for you. Jamie, I must jump. Well done on 5. Thank you very much, sir. You take care. I'll speak to you soon. I'll let you know when I've heard from Ali. So I need to mention, on Tuesday night's live chat, Jamie and I were talking, and Andy Stratford and a couple of others, about Nick Smith's commemorative gig thing that's happening in Peterborough on September the 7th. So we raised a point that, or I think I might have, that none of us had really heard about what was going to happen on the day, which bands were playing, how do you get involved in getting up and playing a couple of songs, and is someone MDing it, or is there going to be like a schedule and a list of songs and people put their names against which songs they want to play. So we contacted Nick's sister yesterday, and she said something had been put up online via Nick's own Facebook page, but I went back through it and I couldn't see anything. And then she told me that the guy who was meant to be running the event now isn't going to be, due to family issues. And she's going to be having a meeting next week with the people who are now going to be running it. But it's only 5 weeks to go. And when you went onto the event page on Facebook and went into the discussion section, there were 20 bands playing. 20 bands that are going to try and play in about 8 or 9 hours. So it's going to be a little frantic, I suggest. And I don't know if there's going to be any changes, but I've said to her, once you've had that meeting, if you have more information and you can let me and Jamie and others know, how do we get up and perform? Because this was going to be sort of the difference between Nick's funeral and now having this sort of memorial event for him. So it might well be we don't get up and play, and if not, then so be it. But I'll keep you all posted when I have a little more information. That's good. Okay. She will never be the same. Sharon, sorry. Yes, Sharon Osborne. Westfort saying bye to Jamie. That's all good. Yep. You're always scheduled. Well done, sir. Bless you. Gareth, you got a 2010 Peugeot 207 Estate. Well, that'll work fine for you, won't it? Excellent. Well done. Everyone's saying bye to Jamie. Gareth, you need a music store to sponsor videos and then ask them to provide gear to review. Well, I'm guessing I still have the open invite from Bass Direct. The problem is, as I found when the lovely chaps at Base Direct were giving me gear before, is that I'd take the stuff away and within a day I'd have them on the phone going, we need some of that gear back. People want to buy it. And they're 80 miles away. So when I took gear away, I need time to photograph it and do the spec and do the research and do the filming. And then I've got to do I can always edit after, but to do all of that back then took me time. Now I could rattle through it because I know my processes and how I write everything down and how I film and how I record. But back then I was finding my way, and I'm very wary. You know, Base Direct are a very busy shop, and whatever I take out of there to do reviews and stuff of, they're going to want it back literally within 24 hours. And I just can't work like that. It's no use to me, because you start lining up all the things you got to do, and then you got to get back in the car and take it all back. And I've asked other music stores if they wanted to be involved, and they all said no because the channel's too small. Video sponsorship, not sure I want it, if I'm honest, because once you have sponsorship, I can't then be honest, because no shop is going to want me to take stuff they've got and say it's crap. If it's crap, they will insist on me saying it's good, even if it's not good. And I can't run a channel like that. That's not what I want to do. I'd rather be honest when it comes to gear reviews. I don't want it to be a loaded review. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Jamie, before I go, I played on most of the Mark Slaughter album you posted. There you go. Oh, nice. My created playlist is the heart and soul of Beat After Beat. There you go. Jamie, listen every song. I don't just throw up music. Cool. James Howe, good to see you. Have I missed much? You missed about, when did you post that? 2057. You've missed about 54 minutes. Before I forget, have you missed much? Well, thank you for reminding me. We got a nice little video message from Neil Fairclough. Let me post this up.
Hey Mike, Neil here. Just wanted to congratulate you on 5 years of Brooksy's Bass Corner. Incredible. And here's to another 5 years of bass talk and bass stories. Thank you so much, Mike. Thanks for your support too. All the best, and have a great time, everyone out there. Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Chap, bless him. Well done, Neil. Thank you very much for doing that. So yes. And for those who weren't here for Tuesday night's live chat, we got a similar thing from Chris Childs from Thunder. And I forgot to say, people were asking me, who's Chris Childs? And I ran through a list of things he does. He's also the bass player for Taiketo, which I didn't mention on Tuesday. So, Mr. Chris Childs.
Hello, mate. Sorry I can't join you tonight, but I'd just like to wish you a happy 5th anniversary, and may there be many more. I can't believe it's 5 years since you started it. I wish I could have got along to a few more of them, but I'm a busy boy, and I'm pleased to be able to say that. So happy 5th anniversary. See you soon.
Fine friends, aren't they? Fabulous. Well done, chaps. Hopefully you'll both be here on a live chat one time. We can have you both talking to us. That'd be fab. Beat After Beat. Enjoying my massive playlist, everyone. Of course. Gareth, do they have space to film there? You're talking at Base Direct. Well, they are moving their warehouse at the moment where they are. They're using another part of the building. The thing with the guys there at the moment is they're doing their own YouTube channel. And I don't think they're going to want me going in there borrowing gear and stuff when really they're doing it themselves. I always said to them years ago, you need to be doing video reviews of all the stuff you've got. But because there was only 3 of them, and I know they're taking on a new staff member, maybe they will now be able to make that a more regular thing. But they should really do that. And tap into that. So I don't really think they want me going up there taking their stock and kind of not riding roughshod over what they're doing, but they have their own channel, so I think I'll let them do their thing. And yeah, I mean, I've got now my channel's starting to grow, so I can now go back to those companies that didn't want to provide gear for review and demo before, and now see if they may have changed their minds. Let's see. I do have a list of companies to approach. It's quite a hefty list as well, so I will get onto that shortly. Once I can get the office in a state that I can just film ad hoc, something literally arrives at the door, I can bring it in, film it, turn it round, ship it straight back out again. I'll get in touch with those companies and see who wants to provide some equipment for review. Hey, Stacey, when you're able to review unhindered, makes all the difference. Beholden to no one. No, I'm not going to have companies tell me what I can and can't include in a review. That's the whole point of this channel, is an unbiased outlook, pretty much. Westford, or maybe subscribers could send you gear to review. Well, the problem you got with that, Westford, is who's paying the shipping, because it won't be me. And a lot of people don't want to send their gear. What if your base went walkabout while it was in transit? It's and actually, when I started the channel, I had a few people say, "Oh, would you take my base?" And I think really they just wanted to have their base on a YouTube video, and it was like, well, yeah, but nah. So I've not gone down that route. That's not to say I won't further down, but I mean, I would always insist that people were able to either meet me somewhere or bring it to my to Brooks Towers, of course, because I don't want stuff going walkabout in the post. If you get my drift. Stacey, Chris Childs, great stuff. There we are. Kerry, love those videos from the guys. Yes, exactly. Bless them. I asked nicely. Well, in fact, no, Chris offered. Neil, I was talking to earlier, and I said, would you do a little video? Said, yeah. So there we go. He's a busy chap. He's got so many things going on at the moment. In fact, both of them have that, you know, if you ask nicely, you have good rapport with people, things happen. Westford, they did a collab video with Lee Tab. Maybe they could do a collab with you. Oh, Base Direct. Marcus did ask me if I'd go and do an interview. And I kind of said, well, who's going to want to see me? To be honest, you know, they want base celebs. They want people who've got track records, and I don't have that. Most of their videos are sizable names. So, yeah. And last time I popped in the Base Direct, there was not going to be any time to do any sort of interview. Marcus had to go, and I had to go, and I was there to buy a base and get out the door again. So we'll see. Maybe that'll happen somewhere down the road when I've got time and they've got time, but they're always flat out in there. I don't know how they've got the videos done that they've done, really, because every time I'm in there, it's literally their bases are coming in, they're restringing them, photoing them, then packing up the ones that have got to go out that day. The phones are going mental all the time. It never stops. So and then there's emails coming in and so we'll see. Stacey saying yes, love those videos from the guys. Gareth, you could talk about your time with the magazines. I could. I don't know what they want to ask though. I know I can open up a little bit here on the channel, but on someone else's channel I wouldn't want to say stuff that's going to cause a ruckus, if you get my drift. Yeah, I don't know. But then again, see, you find people come on here and ask me questions about the magazines, and this is on my channel. So, yeah, I don't know. Base Direct's audience are probably a lot more technical in terms of their bass playing and their musical likes. I probably wouldn't feature on their list of people they'd want to hear nattering, but maybe I'm wrong. I've had the same thing from Bass Chat. Been asked to attend their Southeast Bass Bash in November, and I didn't know if I was being asked just to attend or to do something. And I said, well, if people would like to hear me wittering on, then that's great. I'll do something, but I won't be able to commit to it until slightly nearer the time due to family things. So we'll see. We'll see. That might come to pass. It might not. We will see. B, it would be great to have you or Pink on my panel. On your panel. On your live chat. Do you do it via StreamYard? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what your panel is. Explain to me. In layman's terms, nice and easy. Explain to me what you're talking about. Do you do live chats via StreamYard or another platform where people can come on? Oh, okay, you do StreamYard. Okay. Well, yeah. I need to check out your live streams then, I guess. So I'll check them out over the weekend and see. Do you do it regularly? Do you do it regularly? Is it the same day every week, same time? Tell me what that is, so I can tell you whether it's going to clash with gigs or not. But bear in mind, I'm in the UK. Jamie's in the US. Jamie's in Nashville. I'm going to pour myself a glass of wine while I'm waiting for your reply. I'm going to finish off this very nice bottle from Italy. It's fab. Started it on Tuesday. Probably going to finish it off tonight, I'd say. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for all your efforts over the past 5 years. All your contributions, coming to the live chats, watching the videos, getting involved in the social media. Cheers. Thank you very much. That's belting. Need a piece of cake to go with that, of course. So I didn't go for big, sloppy, big cream cakes. I went for small, easy to manipulate cakes. When did I start drinking wine? Hey? Many years ago. Mid-90s? Actually, probably when I was at university. Red wine. I'm not a fan of white wine, really. Red wine, good beer. Southern Comfort if we're on shorts, and yeah. Beat, you have plenty of people on your panel. New release Tuesday. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Because my live chat's on Tuesday. Oh, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be in bed, mate. That'll be 1 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning. If we have, well, you see, that's the thing. After I've done a live chat here on my channel, I am whacked. I am really like blitzed. So trying to keep me awake. But if I ever have a Tuesday and I'm feeling full of beans and you're still going afterwards, I'll come on. I'll check some of your other live chats out and find out what you're all about. So I have Mr. Kipling birthday cake tarts, and I've got something different on the palette, the strawberries and cream tarts. So there we go. No mess, really. These are a lot easier to eat. Yeah, so that's that. Cake, yeah, cake's coming. I've never had someone big deal on my panel for an interview. Okay. But yeah, get me and Jamie on. Maybe you should do. It's the time difference. That's the killer for me. Jamie will go on. Jamie will go on. If you did it another day of the week, that might work better for me. But again, 8 o'clock, I'm in bed. Unless we did it and I was at a gig and it was after a gig. That's a possibility, but we'd need to plan that in advance, really. That's all cool. I'm really trying to get someone big on my channel like John Taylor. I think you're going to struggle. Oh, Stacey's done us a super chat, bless her. Thank you, Stace. What would I do without you? Thank you. Happy 5th anniversary. Bless your heart. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Wowzers. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you for that. If you want to do the same thing that Stacey has done, I'll tell you how to do it. So the live chat window, if you're on the mobile app, it's directly below. If you're on the desktop version, it is... I need to get back in the StreamYard. That way. And at the bottom, you'll see the chat box, the chat window. And next to that, you'll see the emoji icon. Please give the emojis an absolute pummeling. It helps to push the video within the algorithm. Next to that, you'll see a rectangle with a dollar symbol in. It's called Super Chat. That's what Stacey has used to donate $20 to the channel, which goes towards the StreamYard subscription, the vidIQ subscription, the mics, the stands, the leads, the lights, the cameras, editing software, audio interfaces, the basses, the pedals, the amps. Everything you see here on the channel gets paid for. So what Stacey's just contributed goes directly in the fund to keep this all happening. Thank you very much. Every video here on the channel has the super thanks option, which works exactly the same as super chat. So underneath every video, you got the thumbs up, thumbs down, share arrow, all of that stuff. You'll see a love heart with a dollar symbol in. That's called super thanks. That allows you to make a contribution to any video that you watch here on the channel. You don't have to. The videos are free to watch. But if you want to help me, help the channel, that's what super chat is. Right, we were talking about John Taylor. Your channel doesn't have enough subscribers. You won't get that. Trying to get interviews with him is really difficult. I was lucky enough to get one because I used to work for Bass Guitar Magazine, so it was dealt with through that. Unless you're part of a publication or a bigger presence online, I don't think you're going to get John Taylor. I know his tech. I talk to his tech regularly, and there's always an open invite. And he said, I'll pass it on. Nothing comes back, but I don't expect it would, unless someone said to him, oh, this channel's blossoming in terms of bass, and it would, you know, if they had an album or he had another book coming out, or he's got something to promote. But generally, they don't do that. The big stars don't. I'm very fortunate. I had Lee Sklar on here a few weeks ago. He didn't have to do that. It was his day off. But he's a lovely guy, and we have past history. So he knows I'm a safe channel, and he's going to come on here. He's not going to get any grief. Anyone came on here, gave him grief, they'd be bombed out before they even got to a second message. So, yeah. If you want John Taylor, you're going to have to go through his PR people. Best of luck with that. I just don't think you're going to get anywhere. I know when we did the interview in 2015, and his PR people said, oh, free tickets for you lot. So me, Joel, people at the mag. When it came round to getting those free tickets, nothing. It was like silence. We were firing messages at them. I'd already bought tickets for the O2 in London, and we all said, well, maybe Birmingham, maybe Brighton, maybe Bournemouth, maybe. Couldn't get hold of any of the PR team. They just did not want to know. No tickets. And it was like, well, why say it? Why say it? But there we go. But best of luck. If you can get through to those PR teams, that's how you will get somewhere. Cake, yes, banging, good choice. Quite right. Westfort, like we say in French, merci beaucoup, exactly. Ooh la la, tout le monde. Beat, cheers. I have an auto show to go to. You go look after yourself, and I will check out some of your live chats over the weekend. Beat, congrats again on the 5 years. Thank you very much. Stacey, thank you for all the wonderful content over 5 years. Never dull has saved my sanity. There's a thing, isn't it? Hey, bit of Brooks's advice, and saved you a load of grief. You haven't shown me actually the results. Stacey had a load of silver and jewelry and stuff to clean up, and she was dreading doing it with whatever it is, silver solution. I don't know, whatever it is, you put silver in and it cleans it all. And years ago, I bought a tin of Neverdull, which is like polishing wadding for brass hardware on basses. And at the time, and Stacey still has a Aria Pro 2 SB900 that's got loads of brass stuff, the bridge, the nut, back plates, I think. And I said to her, get a tin of this, it's really good. Bought it, probably used it once or twice. When it came around to doing the silver, I said, use the Neverdull. Don't go with all that stuff where you got all that silver cleaning fluid and what do you want all that mess for? Just use the Neverdull. And she's come back over the past week or so and said, amazing. The results were amazing. So there you go. See, sometimes I do know what I'm talking about. But good. I'm pleased. Well done. That's all right, Beat. You were kidding. That's all. Well, no, but I never know if people are kidding. You might get lucky and get John Taylor on your channel. You never know. You never know. I didn't know I'd get Lee Sklar on here 4 weeks ago. It was only because I watched his YouTube channel and he said, oh, I've got tomorrow off. We're going to do a hang on my channel. And I thought, oh, well, I'm sure my live chat runs earlier than his hang, as it did. And I just sent him an email and said, if you want to come on our live chat, you're more than welcome. You want to come talk bass? And he hung around for about 40 minutes. So, you know, we were blessed. It's all good. Quality advice. There you go, you see. Some of these music channels are getting like Ricky Rocket on their show. What's Ricky Rocket? I don't know who Ricky Rocket is. I'll need to Google that. Hang on. I don't know who Ricky Rocket is. Oh, God. A drummer. No profession is Ricky Rocket is an American musician, best known as a drummer for Poison. Right. How do you mean they're becoming like Ricky Rocket? What, that they've died? is that the gag? Or they think there's something bigger than they are? I don't know. Tell me. Westford, you need to buy some Neverdull for the upcoming JD. Has that got brass hardware or chrome? I think it's chrome hardware on that, is it? I don't know. But Neverdull is great. I don't know how much it costs you over there. When I bought a tub of it here in the UK through Amazon, it wasn't that expensive. It was about £8, £9, £10 at the most. Now it's about £35 a tub. I can't believe how much it's gone up. It's crazy. So you'll need to have a look for it where you are over in Europe. Stacey, I need to send you those pics of the silver cleaning. Yes, do. King Charles, good to see you. I need to buy some Neverdull for the miss. Don't let her hear you say that. You'll pay for that. You will pay for that. You'll be on the couch before you know it. Westford, it's got a brass nut. Okay, cool. The problem, right, you might want to get a small tin there because I bought a tin in probably 2017, 2018. I've still nearly got the whole tin and I've used loads of it. So you probably just want a very small tin of that. I would suggest brass on the SB900. There we go. But the rest is chrome. Yeah, I mean, the chrome shouldn't dull or tarnish. It might get a little misty. But anything brass or gold. Lewis Wingrove, good to see you. Welcome. Stacey, Lewis is here. Lewis, Stacey's here. There we go. Like old friends. There we go. Scott Brown, good to see you. How are you? Welcome. Lewis, my Dingwall is incredible. I'm in love. I told you would love that bass. Told you would love it. I had no doubts. Now, just remember, if there's anything goes wrong with it or you have a problem with it, message Sheldon Dingwall on Facebook via the Dingwall page. He will respond. You get any problems, tell me. I will connect you up privately. It's fine. He's very good. He looks after his customers. Cake's good. Cake's very good. Yeah. I can work with that. There we go, Stace. Lewis is in the house. Westport, yes, Chrome is a bit misty from what I saw in the picture. It might help if you buy the Neverdal. Just try a very, very small section. Just rub it, and it will leave like a misty covering. Leave it for a minute. Wipe it off with a cloth. Then you'll know if it's going to do the rest of the hardware. Stacey, a 5-ounce can of Neverdal is going for about $23 on Amazon. They might have it over in France. They might do. I love it because it doesn't make a mess. It's very easy to use, very easy to apply, and very easy to wipe off again. And it works. I wish I'd known about it years ago. Your pedals are incredible with the dingle. Excellent. I knew you'd like that bass. I knew it. I thought that will be right up your street. It's like chalk and cheese with the Schecter, isn't it? Two different ends of a spectrum. I see. You just pinch off what you need with Neverdal. And you don't need to use much. A little really goes a long way. And I used it on, got some brass door handles and plates that, you know, go on the door and the handles there. And they were brass and they looked bloody awful. And I've been looking at them for a while thinking, how am I going to clean them up? And I already had the Neverdal. And we had a load of building work done here about 6 months earlier. I thought, Neverdal, that'll do it. And suddenly those things gleamed like they'd never gleamed in the whole time we'd lived here. And I was like, yeah, that's good in my book. Gareth, going looking at Honer Jack tomorrow, black or natural? And is it the darker sort of mahogany looking natural, or is it the brighter maple looking natural? Lewis, you want another one, another Dingwall? If money's no option, Lewis, get a Z3. You'll love it. Absolutely love it. Westfall, I'll look it up if we have it in France. Very good. Talking about Neverdal, of course. It is 9:25 here in London town. Yes, it is. This isn't a scheduled live chat. It's an impromptu live chat. We're celebrating this channel's 5th birthday today, this very day. 5 years ago tonight, I was sat here in front of this very same PC editing up my first bass review of a Status Graphite Empathy, a bass I know back to front, having done probably close to about 2,000 gigs with it. And I remember thinking, this is hard work. This is really hard work. It took me 24 hours to edit that video together. Now I could do it in about 3 hours max. But there we go. You learn these things over time. So thank you to everyone who's followed the channel. Some of you may even have followed it from day one. It's been a lot of graft. I know that. Kept me busy during lockdown. Made the best use of my lockdown time once I realised I was going to do this channel. We will never have that amount of free time ever again. I'm glad I used it to produce loads of content here. You've sent me a thing on Facebook. Okay, guys, let's have a look here. Let's see what we've got. Here we go. Just bear with me a moment. Let's have a look at Gareth's message. Here we go. Hona Jack. Marketplace isn't available to me. No, because I'm seeing your message through the Brooks's Base Corner account. That's the thing. I can't see. Here we go. So if I come in to here, hang on, I'll find it. There we go. 349. Okay, the one I used to have, there are two. Okay, there's a passive one going at 250, which is the darker natural, and then there's another dark natural one there, which has the active switch. You definitely want to make, well, unless you don't want it active, Gaz, because I know you have a thing for passive bases, but oh, it's a black one, right? Okay. Bloody hell, what's happened to the front of that? What's going on there? There's like some sort of contraption. Is that a pick hole? Oh, and you're missing the battery plate on the back. Gaz, I'd go for the other one. I'd go for the dark natural one with the active option. You don't have to turn the active on. That black one. Oh, is it because of where it is? Maybe. Where's that one? No, the other one's in Oral, Greater Manchester. Go get that one. Listed in Wigan, near Wigan. I'd go and get that base if I were you. That's the one I had. And it's got its battery plate as well. It's got a few dings on the back, but that doesn't worry you. You're the man that got a West Tone out of a skip, so that's all fine. Wow, okay. I'd go and get that one, Gaz. Forget the black one. There is a black one there in Birchington, but that's in Kent. And that's active. And there's another black one active, and that is in Reigate, which is nearer to me. I'd go with that dark natural one if I were you. There's a Hona B base, Gravesend, which is basically a jack base with a headstock, and they've put single coils on it. Yeah, I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't go for the one with the black one that's missing the battery plate, and it's got whatever that is on the front of it. Westfort, no, never dull in the nearby big shop. No, it's an American thing, I think. Yeah. Lewis, break over. I'm going to let run while I work. Bless you, Lewis. You're a fabulous man. Go enjoy your afternoon's work. Happy bass playing when you get home. Westfort, you can order it from Amazon. Gareth, I'll have a look. Good. Do. Just put in Hona Jack bass into the marketplace. You'll see there's like 3 or 4. But that B bass is a slightly different bass because it's got the single coils instead of the humbucker. And it's got the headstock. And being a B bass, it will have the detuner on the bridge. In fact, let me just check that. Should be able to see that in the photo. It is. Well, you've gone too far, Michael. And it's got a case. Let's have a look. Oh, that's good. They don't show you a picture of the bridge. Looks like the headstock could do with a bloody good clean as well. Well, I can see the bridge actually, and yeah, it's got the detuning lever, which works like a hip shot, but it changes the pitch of the string at the bridge rather than on the headstock tuner. So you got options there. That B bass is 150 quid. You could drive from Manchester to Gravesend, get that bass, and it would still cost you less than the other basses that are on that page. It wouldn't cost you more than probably about 70 quid, 75 quid in fuel. Well, that's 225 if you add that onto the 150. Whereas the darker natural jack bass is 350, the one in Oral near Wigan. But I think the black one for the same price, I wouldn't bother with that. Not with the damage and lacking the back plate. I don't think that's a good deal. Washburn status 1250. I don't think so. You're asking too much, young man. A Washburn status is not a status base. Not in the slightest. Oh, another one. 1,500 quid. No. No. You've seen the word status and think that means it's a status. It isn't. I'm afraid. Sorry to disappoint you. Oh, that's a bit better. 800 quid for a red and black one. There's a JD, very nice JD, going for 3,200. And those people that like that sort of thing. Richard's old, well, he didn't have it very long. Status Series 1 that he flipped quite quickly. It's up at 875. Status Electro 2, 870. Okay. Sorry, I got sidetracked and looking at bases. Not a good thing. Gareth, the contraption is a snark tuner clipped to the volume. Oh, okay. I couldn't see. It wasn't very clear. Wigan's only half an hour or so down the road. That's what I was thinking, you see. West Fort's fake status, correct. Lewis, that's what I do too. Let it run. Thank you very much, people. Some people are stupid enough to pay it. Yes, they are. Because they see the word status and think, oh, it's a state. No. It's a Washburn. It's all wood. It's got status pickups, a status circuit of sorts, status bridge and headpiece. That's it. It's not a status. Some people, yeah, Westford is JD, yeah. Oh, my niece is on. God, it's a family affair tonight. Congrats on 5 years from all the family, especially Nan, who's asked me to do this. Well, thank you, Hayley. Very good. It's my niece, my eldest of the two. Thank you for popping in. Your mum's on, by the way. Your mum's here. I'm going to have another cake. Don't know about the rest of you. Cake and red wine for the 5th birthday. I should say, well, it's 25 to 10. Best wishes going out to Scott Devine. He's got COVID. Not a well man, by all accounts. He looks like he's putting on a brave face, but I've seen a couple of videos over the past couple of days. So, Scott, you won't be watching. I know he doesn't watch my channel. But if this gets back to him, someone talks to him, best wishes, my man. Hope you feel better very soon, and keep taking the tablets. That's the best thing. Onward and upwards. Gareth, it's family fair. It is. There we go. Mother and daughter there. Sister and niece. I'll be down tomorrow, so just have a look for the volcano going off over in Wickham. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So here we are. It's yeah, coming up 25 to 10 here, Brooks's Base Corner. Coming to you live from London town here in the UK. It's our 5th birthday today. I don't know where 5 years went. It just flew by. Thank you very much to all the companies that have supported the channel, helped out with stuff. Barnes and Mullins gave us the Trace Elliott combo, which was a competition. From December 2020, Matt help the channel, help to build the profile. I've got a lot of subscribers. I think a lot of people subscribed and then jumped off when the competition finished. But the videos that came out of it, the review for the Trace Elliott Elf combo and the competition video helped push the channel through. Barnes and Mullins have sent me various bits of gear over the years to review and cover. So thank you very much, guys. I don't think any of them watch, but there we go. Base Direct I've mentioned. My old editor, Joel, sometimes posts up the channel, pushes it out there. Thank you very much. All you fine people, all your support. It's I can't do it without you. So otherwise it's just me producing videos and nobody watching or getting involved, which is not really what we're here for. But so thank you very much. Let me think. Next week, what we got coming up? So I've got tomorrow, I'm down with the folks. Saturday, we've got Queen gig. I was about to say Uncle Funk. We haven't got an Uncle Funk show till towards the end of August. No, it's Queen tribute on the Isle of Wight on Saturday, playing at a marine club. So that should be great. Then from Sunday, I've got 2 weeks off. So it's time to get that long form content up, which again is why I want this office tidy, spick and span, ready for filming, because I've got content here that's ready to be edited. So I can sort of race through that pretty quickly, but it's getting new stuff filmed. So there's loads of bases that need doing, lots of demos, lots of reviews. I've got I've got to get the podcast done. That's actually one of the main priorities for filming. And also got to get started the Fretless Odyssey, which I promised 2.5 years ago. It's the first 10 episodes are scripted. I've just got to do it and film it. But it's the sort of thing that I kind of need to film the first 10 over a period of about 2 to 3 weeks. And I've got to focus on it, because Fretless is not something you just sort of dabble at and drop in and drop out of. It's going to be proper serious. I like to say wood shedding, but I'm hoping it's not wood shedding, because otherwise the fingerboard's going to fall off. So we'll see. But I promised it a long time ago, and it's time to crack on with it, you know. So yeah, over the next couple of weeks, get ready. The plans are in place. Just if I can get this office into a decent position where I can start filming quickly, ad hoc, like stuff comes through the door, film it, goes back out the door, edit, bang, it's up, and we will start firing. Albriano, don't mean to go off topic. You can go off topic all you like, it's fine. Next year you're visiting England. Okay, a bucket list thing to do is watch Liverpool. I need to get a video of Tumbleweed. Liverpool. Really? Okay. Get drunk with fans at the bar and swap shirts. Well, in that case, you don't want to come during the summer months, because that'll be out of season. So you need to be here between September and May. So you're coming next year. So when were you thinking of coming over? What month? That will dictate everything. Liverpool. Shocking. Westford, say hello to Mark. Yeah, well, I'm going to send him a message to see if he can recommend somewhere for dinner, because we're buying our own dinner, it looks like, on Saturday, and I have no idea where's good to eat round there. So I will ask the man. I don't think he'll be there. I think he'll be out on a festival. All right, thank you. Keep that to yourself. October. Perfect. Yep, Mark from Talking Bass Live is on the Isle of Wight. Might drop him a message. Good idea. October's good. Al. As a visiting fan, I don't know if it's better for you to try and buy tickets directly from the club, or whether it's better for you to buy them from an outside outlet. But you kind of need to do it in advance because tickets just go. Won't be cheap. But yeah, go for it. Good to see that even with a reconstructed hip stuck in hospital, my sister hasn't lost her sense of humour. Idiot. Anyway, I can't believe we've had Tuesday and now tonight, and we haven't had one dingbat come in. It's quite a miracle. I'm quite impressed. Maybe YouTube is filtering those idiots out, which would be great. We've had a new subscriber while we've been live. If you're watching, new subscriber, welcome. It's good to have you along. Thank you very much for dropping in. Very much appreciated. I can see a load of messages in the community tab. Good Lord. Many congratulations, Mike, on your 5th anniversary, which we will surely celebrate many more times with this super channel of bass players. Well, thank you very much. And Stacey's messaged me. You've messaged me on many platforms. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. I will publish those. Here we go. I'll reply to them all later. So if you've got any questions, bass guitars, bass amps, bass effects, bass gear, accessories, strings, great bass players, albums with great bass playing on, you want to look for some advice, maybe you're going to buy a new bass, like Westfort's bought a JD this week. Lucky man. If I can help in any way, that's what I'm here for. So feel free to ask questions and post your queries here. Yes, Al. Do that. In advance is good. If you know your dates, let me know as soon. Don't go jinxing yourself. Which bit? Which bit, Gaz? Yes, let me know in advance, Al. And I can let you know if I've got gigs on that time or not. I'm sure we can do something. I'm in West London. So nowhere near Liverpool. I'm about 200 miles away. No dingbats. Well, no, I'm quite prepared for them to come in. It's all right. It's all right. I can handle them. I have the tools. You know, we've always got this. Oh, I'm prepared for them now. You see, you just got to have the tools in place. That's all. It's all good. Just check the stream health. Just bear me a moment. Here we go. Is that all working? It looks like it's working, so that's good. And Instagram looks like it's working too. Now, the weird thing was on Tuesday, it kept bombing out after an hour. Today, it's not bombing out. We've done almost 2 hours and that feed hasn't gone. So, yeah, I'm closer to your club, though. Yeah, but you support Spurs because Nan supported Spurs. When I was a kid, no one in our family ever told me they supported a team. The reason I support Man U, and you should know this, although you were only, 9 months? How would you know? You wouldn't. I support Man U because all of our cousins supported Liverpool. And when Man U and Liverpool played each other in the 1977 FA Cup final, my cousins were like, oh, it's Liverpool. We got to support Liverpool. Oh, and I was like, well, I'll support the other team then. And that's it. That's why I support Man U. There was no one in our family to guide me as to which team to support. And by rights, and this applies to you as well, if we'd supported our local team, we couldn't have supported Wimbledon because they were a Sunday dog crap pitch team. They only played on Sundays. So our team would either have been Fulham, Chelsea, or Crystal Palace, or Queen's Park Rangers, maybe Brentford. That's all. No. Probably would have ended up going for Palace. But there we are. No one guided us. There we are. I only found out Nan supported Tottenham when I was about 12 years old. So there we are. Westford, no, we were. We were for a while. We're not at the moment. But these things are cyclical. We will come back. Don't worry. It always happens. I thought it was because of Grandad. No. I never knew who Grandad supported. I don't know who Grandad supported. Mum and Dad didn't support any teams. None of our uncles or aunts supported any teams. It was only because Graham, Paul and Alan were there. Alan was, 4 years old? They were all rooting for Liverpool because Liverpool were the team at the time. And I was like, well, I'll support the other team. That's the end of that. There you go. So you've learnt something today. Westford, watched a documentary on George Best the other day. Now, there was a player. There was a player. I don't know who you support, Westford, but whether you support Man United or not. You need to do your research. Look up Duncan Edwards. Yeah? Possibly the greatest player Man United ever had in their history. Better than George Best. And he was in the Munich air disaster. But every player that played with him or against him said had he lived, he probably would have been the greatest player of his generation. He was built like a tank. And the guy was a midfield giant. He was amazing. Duncan Edwards. Well, he doesn't support them now. Who? Alan? I don't know who Alan supports anymore. Yeah, when they were kids. Our three cousins all supported Liverpool. Fools. Westford, I'll look that up. Duncan Edwards. There's loads of stuff. There's probably loads of stuff on YouTube. They used to do documentaries about him on MUTV. Bobby Charlton said he was the greatest player he ever played with or against. So that wipes out George Best, Dennis Law, Pele. I'm not sure if Bobby Charlton... No, he wouldn't have played against Maradona because he'd have been too old. There you go. Alan. So who does Alan support now? Oh, he supports Arsenal. That's right, he changed. Yeah. Once Arsenal started winning stuff, Alan changed. Sorry, family discussion here. Very average. So he went from supporting one team that didn't win much in recent decades to another team that hasn't won much in recent decades. Idiot. There we go. There we go. Just checking the front page of the channel. We're all good. No one coming on live this evening. Obviously, Jamie was a bit busy, so he couldn't. Zoom was obviously at work. And Rich will be off doing stuff, so it's all good. It's all good. Might as well get my money's worth out of StreamYard, you know. Oh, I need to make that a little smaller so I can see the emails. Very good. There we are. So who's out gigging this weekend? Where you playing? Who you playing with? Where you going? Westford, you support France, but who's your club? Brooksy, Albiano. Brooksy, I never paid too much attention to the Who. My fandom for Liverpool is because of the Beatles, which I still love. Okay. A YouTuber isolated Pete Entwistle. You mean John Entwistle? you're getting that mixed up with Pete Townsend of The Who. John Entwistle. Oh, yes, yes. Well, as I've said on several occasions, and I mentioned it a few weeks ago on my social media when it was the 40th anniversary of Live Aid, I remember being 13 years old at my grandparents watching Live Aid, and Queen had been on, and I was like in seventh heaven. It's like, wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. Then Bowie came on. I think there was someone else came on, and then The Who came on, and The Who's live feed went wrong during my generation, but they got it back on TV for Won't Get Fooled Again. I remember being 13 years old, and I wasn't paying much attention. I was gone mad after Queen had been on, and I could hear the bass sound on the TV, and I literally I went, what the is that? All I could hear was Entwistle's bass twanging away, like super loud, louder than anything else coming out of The Who. I was like, what is that? And it was Entwistle. Little did I know, 2 years later I'd be a bass player, and that was my first probably awareness of what an alembic was, because I remember trying to work out what the bass was. It didn't look like nothing else you'd seen. Spider. And when I eventually became a bass player and then realised this was an alembic, it was like, whoa, okay, right. Stanley Clarke's using alembics, Entwistle uses them, John Paul Jones uses them. All of a sudden, Mark King rocks up, and he's got an alembic. He's suddenly gone from JDs to alembics, and it's got LEDs. And then I go to see Level 42 on the Staring at the Sun tour, and I'm there in Wembley Arena, and his Series 2s are just like, that's my favourite bass tone I think I've ever heard. And that was it. I was sold. I want an alembic, not knowing that they're very idiosyncratic. They don't all sound the same. You could have 5 all built to similar specs. They aren't going to sound the same. And but yeah, Entwistle on Live Aid. The rest of the performance is patchy, you know, unrehearsed and a bit of a mess. But the bass tone, yeah, count me in for a bit of that. Gareth, sorry, a lot of messages here. I need to star. There we go. As I said in Remember by the Dust Junkies, 77 was a year I loved the Reds won and Liverpool got dust. There we go. Quite right. Oh, you support PSG, Westford. Fair enough. Okay. Albriano. Yes, John. There. That's okay. Westford. Alembic Spider. My God. Beautiful bass. Yeah. Looks really difficult to play. Strings are very cramped. But Entwistle gets a tone out of that. Just blew my mind. You know, John Deacon and John Taylor were everything to me at that time. And then I heard Entwistle playing at Live Aid, and I was like, what the is that? What is that? Not looking at it, hearing it. And what is that sound? Combination of the alembic, rotor sound strings, huge H&H bass system. Lovely. Lovely. But yeah, Thunderfinger's quite. Try playing like that. It's really hard. It's really hard. He developed that, you know, that was his thing, but you couldn't play like that. I've seen many an Entwistle wannabe try and play covers band songs like Entwistle, and it's just a disaster. Because it's hard to get that accuracy, and very few songs are written with bass lines that John's technique would work in. He was lead bass. Townsend was doing the role of the bass player predominantly. Entwistle was just doing his own thing. Whether anyone wanted to hear that, that's what he was doing. And that, I mean, it would have been a brave man that turned to John Entwistle in a studio and said, that bass line's crap. This is what you need to play. He would have just probably smacked you with it and carried on. You know, don't be so stupid. But yeah, crazy tones. Al, I'm so happy to know we're both Generation X's. Yeah, now I know you're so cool, Brooksy. Well, quite. There you go. Checks in the post, Al. I too remember watching Live Aid. I saw the West Coast feed with the Pretenders and Madonna play. So in the Pretenders was a bass player called Malcolm Foster who, let's think, about 3 years later would have left the Pretenders. Chrissie Hynde obviously got married to Jim Kerr from Simple Minds, and when John Giblin stopped playing with Simple Minds hoodwinked the Pretenders bass player Malcolm Foster. Malcolm Foster joined Simple Minds, and there's another story. Check out his playing. Great. And he partly fueled my love of bass porn, I guess it is, and expensive basses, because every time I saw Simple Minds on a gig or footage on the telly or whatever, he had a different bass. So one week he had a Roger Giffen, then he had a Warwick Thumb bass, then he'd have a Say, their first basses they came out with. Then he'd have an Alembic Series 2, then he'd have Status, then he'd have something, and it just different, like a carousel of bass loveliness. Malcolm Foster now lives in New Zealand. He emigrated quite a while ago, probably about 20 years ago. Westford, I used to be a huge fan of Entwistle. I learned his technique, almost bought a Thunderbird. So I'm not a fan of Thunderbirds. I'm not a fan of Gibson basses generally. Yeah, not my thing. But yeah, the Alembics and the Status that he used. Yes, please. Yes, please. Gareth, same as Steve Harris. Gallop using 2 fingers. It's like a typewriter, constantly going. It's a technique for sure. I don't think I could ever use it. I've been playing 30 years as a pro. Been playing 38 years since I first picked up a bass. I've never played a song like that, and I don't think I ever would. And with all the fills and all over the shop, it's not me. It's not me. It's not what I do. That's not what I get asked to do. Some guy, Hoyt, good to see you. Congrats. Not 15 years, 5. I haven't done 15. I hope in 15 years this channel will have gone through the stratosphere, but 5. We're on 5 at the moment. But thank you. The sentiment's there. It's bang on 10 o'clock here in London town. Thank you for joining me for tonight's celebration of sorts. If you want to join me live, you can. You just email me, brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. I'll send you an invite. You click on the invite, and in you come. I'll bring you to screen. Gareth, people think Waterfront by Simple Minds is easy, but try pedaling that D note in the pocket for 3 or 4 minutes. Well, the bizarre thing is, when it was recorded, Derek Forbes claims that he had a bass amp that had some sort of sampler in it, and you could basically play something and then multiply it, and that's what he did for 3 or 4 minutes. They got the dun 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 dun, and he recorded it and just repeated it without him having to play it. But what a tone! Think of the tone. Prospectively, well done, Hoyt. Well done. Westford, you need to share. I need to share you his profile. Who? Hoyt, I joined, but I'm on the road listening. That's so you're all fine. You listen away, sir. Sniper X Blacklight District. Not sure what's going on there. Kane? What's that? You've come in from the shorts feed. This is a bass channel. If you want to talk bass guitars, bass amps, bass effects, great bass players, feel free. I'm awaiting your next message. If you're coming on here to be a nightmare, obnoxious and rude, that's fine. I can block you. I don't know what Kane means. So pick your next sentence carefully. Sniper X Blacklight District. Gareth Harrison could use a looper. Yeah, you could now. You couldn't then back in 1983. But yeah. Anto, I don't know how to pronounce your surname. We're in London. Yarzalupa, hi, good to see you. I need, when you post a message, you need to post it in English. So please use Google Translate. Put in what you want to say, translate it into English, and then copy and paste that once it's been converted into the text window, and then I can understand what you're talking about, because I don't know what language you're talking in. Happy to have a conversation. I just don't know what you're saying. It's lovely, this wine. I tell you, be getting another bottle of that. It's all good. It's all good. If you've got any questions about bass guitars, amps, effects, bass accessories, want to talk about great bass players, albums with great bass playing on, feel free. Got any gear questions? Let's have them. If you're looking for some buying advice, I'll try and help with that as well. I don't know what it is with Bass Chat. I get loads of, whenever I post on there, I get reactions. I get very few replies. It's like I post something up and it's like the world just disappears. Crazy. Someone posts up why 5 strings are better than 4 strings. The world goes mental. Westford, the profile of the Japanese YouTuber that does some Entwistle covers with his Warwick buzzard. Oh, very good. Okay. Garrett, it's the same with Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood, peddling the E-note, yeah. Although Waterfront, I think, is in D, isn't it? But yeah, it's the same thing, essentially. They played something, sampled it, and then just repeated it over and over again. With Frankie Goes to Hollywood, that was Norman Watroy. Played something on an alembic, and or was it? No, it might have been someone else, actually. I've heard various stories about this. Hang on. Let me search. Get it right, Mike. Don't contribute to the internet whispers. So it says Marco too. Yeah, I know he was, but he didn't record that line. I think it's Norman Watroy went in to do a session with his alembic, and they recorded him playing bass and ran it through a Fairlight. And that's the bass part. We'll see. I know Mark O'Toole was the bass player for Frank Goes to Hollywood. While the initial demo version featured Jed O'Toole, Mark's brother, on guitar, and the band experimented with the blockheads, the final version of the single release primarily featured Mark's bass line layered with a sampled E note. It's that's Watroy's, Norman Watroy's. Okay, what's this say on Wikipedia? Okay. There's no mention of Norman Watroy in the Wikipedia feed of that. Okay. Oh, well, you live and learn. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome is a great line. All the Frankie stuff had pretty good bass lines on that first album. I'm older than you guys. I remember living through all that, and it was a weird thing. It was like a lot of balls and bluster all wrapped up in a Trevor Horn production and this band of Liverpudlians. And they created this thing, and it was an album, and it was, if it had been done 30 years later, it would have been a video game and a this and a that, lots of multimedia and all of that. And then the second album just fell off a cliff. It didn't really do anything. And it was like they'd burnt themselves out. And the second album just didn't have the tunes, didn't have the writing, and they sort of self-destructed, really. It was quite weird. I think the other thing was they didn't tour the first album. They waited until the second album came out and then did a tour, by which time musical trends had all changed, as many of the other bands of that time found out, like Duran Duran and Spandau Ballet. Everything had moved on, and the fan base that had followed them before weren't there anymore. They'd moved on. Such is life. But it's all good. It's all good. So what are you thinking, Gaz? Going to have a look at that that dark, natural Hone Jack? Or are you going to look at the B bass? Like I say, it's a lot cheaper. I don't know if you wanted it because it was headless or not, but the B bass is the same bass but with a headstock. Single coil pickups instead of the humbuckers, and the detuner on the bridge. Okay, let's have a look on the top fans. So Stacey Ann, you are top of the rankings at the moment. You got 1,150 points from all your posts and the super chat. Westfort, you're second on 225. Gareth, you're third on 200. So you three will have the crowns of plenty next to your names in your posts, as you can see. What have you put there? As happens to a lot of bands, they spend years writing and playing their first album, and then due to pressures are expected to create a follow-up quickly. Yeah, I mean, I've never had to live through that situation, but always had in my head that if I was in a band and we were in that situation, you would have that second album ready to go before your second single had come out. Or, well, if your second single did well, you would want to make sure you had the songs and the material ready to be recorded and go, so that within a year of that first album being released, your second one's ready. And a lot of bands never think that, because they work so hard to make that first album work. And suddenly, if it all kicks off for you, you know, Christ, oh God, we've got to have a second album. It's like, yeah, and it's better be good, because you've had all that money spent on you. I think we're all right there. Oh, just seen a thing. Morecambe FC are set to collapse this week as the owners issue a grave statement. I did hear a thing on Talk Sport about this earlier in the week. Basically, the owner was being a complete refusing to sell, and the people he wanted to sell to couldn't come up with the money, and he wouldn't entertain selling it to other people. Pig-headed. You're going to collapse that football club. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. We got 16 people live watching this live stream. Thank you very much. Fabulous. Do appreciate it. For those who've come in a little late, we've had we had a message on Tuesday night from Chris Childs of Thunder. Today I got a message from Neil Fairclough of Queen, touring bassist with Queen and Adam Lambert. If you didn't see them earlier, I'll post them up for you.
Hey Mike, Neil here. Just wanted to congratulate you on 5 years of Brooksy's Bass Corner. Incredible. And here's to another 5 years of Bass Talk and bass stories. Thank you so much, Mike. And thanks for your support too. All the best, and have a great time, everyone out there. Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Hello, mate. Sorry I can't join you tonight, but I'd just like to wish you a happy 5th anniversary, and may there be many more. I can't believe it's 5 years since you started it. I wish I could have got along to a few more of them, but I'm a busy boy, and I'm pleased to be able to say that. So happy 5th anniversary. See you soon.
Bless them. Lovely chaps. Lovely chaps. We'll get them here on the live chat at some point soon, I hope. Although Chris is exceptionally busy, as is Neil. And they're constantly at it, working, finding new avenues, being asked to do lots of stuff. So it's all good. It is all good. It is 10:15 here in London. We got another 2 subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you're here on the live channel, on the live chat, sorry. Thank you. I hope you'll find some content here on the channel that works for you. If there's something you'd like to see bass-wise and we aren't doing it, and maybe any other bass channels aren't doing it, let me know. Always open to content suggestions. Gareth, they have suspended and won't be able to play their first 3 games. That's what I heard on Monday, but it looks like something else might have happened since. Let me just check the sports pages. Okay, I'm not seeing anything on the BBC. Let me just check Talk Sport, because that's where I saw the message. It came up as a notification on my phone. Morecambe set to collapse by the end of the week as the owners issue a grave statement. Right, let's have a look, see what this says. Joint statement from the Shrimps and its prospective new buyers revealed on Wednesday that all first team operations have stopped because the club's insurance has lapsed. Well, yeah, you can't do anything if you don't pay your insurance. As it says, club will cease to operate on Monday. On Monday, they were suspended by the National League until 20th of August. Doesn't sound good. Players and staff can no longer afford the basic costs of travel because they haven't had their wages paid for a long time. As of Monday, the club is officially shut. What a shame. Well, that owner needs to take a long, hard look at himself in the mirror. You're killing a 105-year-old club. Nuts. Because of money. It's always about money. But there we go. There we go. That's a shame. Okay. This is Brooksy's Bass Corner, coming to you from London town here in the UK. It's not a regular Tuesday night live chat. This is an impromptu one. We're celebrating the channel's 5th birthday, 5th anniversary. 5 years ago tonight, I was sat here at this very desk editing the first bass review here on the channel. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It was an endeavour. I went out on a limb and thought, we're going to give this a go, see what happens. And we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. It's not always easy. You think some videos are going to do really well and they do nothing. Other videos you think, not sure. I'm not sure. You put it out and it flies. Luck of the draw. You can do all the homework, prep, everything else, but if the algorithm doesn't pump your video forward, it ain't gonna do anything. So you got to give it all the possible positive action you can and promote and push. And it's I see why people do this as a full-time job. I run out of time most of the time. Very hard to do this full-time. Or at least do it as a sideline. If you've got a regular job, it's I think it's just a case of rolling your sleeves up and ploughing on. Westford, cheers, Brooksy, and again for the congrats. You off, are you? Oh, you are off. Very good. Okay, enjoy your JD when it gets there. I hope it arrives in good form. Okay, we'll do another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll probably call it an evening, I think. It's gone a bit quiet. We'll be back on Tuesday, of course. Regular live chat, number 125. 125 live chats. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. But there may well be an impromptu live chat if I have good reception over the weekend while we're on the Isle of Wight with the Queen tribute. We will see. We will see. But I hope to get some long-form content out. I've been saying it for weeks, but the shorts, the live chats, they've kind of taken over and they're doing better in the algorithm than when I'm putting up long-form material. So I thought, well, while that wave is there to be ridden, we'll go with it. But I think we need to get back onto the long-form content ASAP. So get some gig vlogs up, get some bass demos, some bass reviews all happening. And you'll send some pics. Very good. Look forward to it. Kerry, Jack Daniels with honey is very good. For what? I've had several bottles of Jack Daniels with honey when it first came out. About 10, probably about 12 years ago. We used to buy it when we went out to the Middle East. We'd buy a bottle of it at Heathrow and take it with us. And get the duty free and we take it with us and we'd have it while we were out there because none of the bars had it. A nice little vocal warmer before each gig. Are you telling me that, Kerry, because you've got some or because you have had it before and I don't know what you're suggesting that for? Don't know. Westford, hope it is all good. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know what year that JD is, Westford? When was it made? Do you know? Has the seller told you? You'll be able to find out from the serial number. 86. That was the same year the one that I had, which had the banana neck. I have my fingers crossed for you. It's not fallen foul of the same problem. You've heard my stories about that. I don't need to repeat them. I spent more time adjusting that truss rod than playing the bass. Not good. Kerry, I like it. You said JD. No, we're talking bass guitar. Mark King's current basses and the ones he used in the early days were called JDs after the guy that made them, John Diggins. Those JD are his initials, of course. So I thought you were talking about the drink. No. It's a bass channel, dear. Westford was upgraded in-house at JD in 2024. Very good. Well, if there were any neck problems, they would have sorted them then, so that's good. Gareth hinting for next birthday. Yes, probably. There we are. Yeah. Very nice basses too. They were. Al, here in America, we're getting ready for football. Yeah, one we play with helmets. That's not proper football. Brooksy, I welcome you as a Raiders fan. You're a part of Raider Nation. I only went to see American football once with my cousin Paul at Wembley Stadium in, good Lord, that would be 37 years ago today. We saw the Los Angeles, is it the 49ers against the Miami Dolphins? And I will honestly tell you, I've never been more bored in my life. It took forever. We must have been there like 7 or 8 hours. I was like losing the will to live. However, the following day, which will be in an hour and 40 minutes time, was the night my life changed musically. And I went with the same cousin and my mate Jamie Fisher, and we went to see Prince at Wembley Arena on the Love Sexy tour, and everything changed for me. And yeah, you've seen the shorts recently I've put up reminiscing about that show and the Love Sexy album. Amazing. There is one or two videos of the Live Sexy recording, which was recorded and broadcast live, give or take half an hour, on the final night of the Love Sexy European tour, which eventually was released as a video, but I had the recording off the telly. And you can find that on YouTube. I defy anyone to watch it and not just be utterly mesmerized. It's amazing. And I still hold that up as probably the greatest show I ever saw or have ever seen. Just took my breath away. Gareth, might be controversial here. American football equals rugby with padding. Yes. I didn't like to say it, Gaz, you know. Al, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Yeah, just not my thing. Not my thing. I'm not a rugby fan either. But yeah, that American football game, I was saying to my cousin, do you really like this? He said, I love it. I love it. Nothing happens. Very little happens. You sat there and it's like, it's more about the eating experience, getting hot dogs and chips. And it's more that than actual anything really happening. As I recall, the Los Angeles, is it Los Angeles, LA 49? I can't remember. They won. So, but the following night was a different kettle of fish entirely. I didn't really know what to expect. I wasn't a huge Prince fan. I'd become more of a Prince fan through Sign of the Times. Loved Purple Rain, of course. Didn't know what Around the World in a Day was about. Wasn't that keen on the Parade stuff. But when he released Another Love, A Hole in Your Head at the end of '86, which was a single over here in the UK, I was like, oh, now hold on, I do like that. That's really good. Sign of the Times came out. It was only a couple of months between Another Love, A Hole in Your Head and Sign of the Times coming out, maybe 4 months. And every single off Sign of the Times, I was like, wow, I love this. And so he cancelled the Wembley Stadium shows for Sign of the Times. And so didn't come over in '87. Otherwise, I probably would have gone to see him then. And then my cousin, both of my cousins, brothers, bought up like a bunch of tickets for different nights of Love Sexy. The tickets were like 11 quid, £11.50. Just crikey. I mean, gold dust now. And my younger cousin said, oh, look, I've got a ticket for the 1st of August if you want to come. And I've got another one as well. I said, well, Jamie will have that and I'll come. And so that was that. So the three of us went, didn't really know what we were going to see. Never seen a show in the round either. And we sat there, or stood there actually. And it was a show of 2 sets. And the first set finished. And we both just, all 3 of us, just dumbstruck. I remember looking over at the other 2 and their chins were on the ground. Like, I remember saying, what have we just seen? What have we just seen? I can't, just literally all the songs were bang, 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 bang. There were no gaps between the songs. He'd do a song, go into another song, go into another song, go into another song, come back to the first song of the 4 and finish it off. And it was just like, I can't believe what this guy's doing. Second set was just mesmerizing. I remember walking out there, I could barely talk. In fact, I don't think me and my cousin said a word on the tube back. We were just like, just can't believe it. And then I went out and bought all the albums. Very rare that happen. I normally go and buy all the albums of an artist I like, but not directly after one show. And I just saw that and thought, I've got to buy his back catalogue. I was hearing songs that I love there, and I don't even know what they are. I don't know what the albums are. I knew, obviously, 1999. I knew Purple Rain, knew of Around the World in a Day and Parade, Sign the Times, knew Love Sexy, but I didn't know the first album, didn't know the second album, didn't know Dirty Mind, didn't know Controversy. It was like I soaked up all that influence like a sponge. And that's 37 years ago tomorrow. So crazy times. £11.50. I've even got, do you know what? I think I've got the ticket in my drawer there where I keep all my old gig tickets. I'm sure it's there. Let me just see if I've got it. Let me see. Hopefully I won't make a mess here. Oh, blimey. There's too many tickets there. I can't get them all out in one hit. I've got Bon Jovi, Wembley Arena. Got Level 42, Crystal Palace Bowl. Oh, what's that? Level 42. Ha ha. Ha ha. Now, when people say I didn't see them at Cardiff, I couldn't possibly have seen them at Cardiff Uni. Before Hammersmith 1990, there's your Cardiff ticket. Yeah. Yeah. £9.50. We didn't know how good we had it. What's that? Oh, Kerry, you'll remember this. Level 42, Portsmouth Guildhall, 1991. Sorry, bring it back to focus. There we go. £13.50. Tickets then those days. Mental. Mr. Big, Hammersmith. 92 or 91? 92. So it was a year after Lean Into It came out. Different print. Prince 1990. The Nude Tour. Wembley Arena. Oh. The camera's not focusing. Take your face out of it and it'll focus. There we go. Mr. Big 91. The day I bought my pink Kabiki. There you go. Oh. You can't see. It's a bit faint. These are nearly 35-year-old tickets. Huey Lewis, Wembley Arena, November 88. Look at that. Old school Wembley tickets. How much was that? £12.50. What's this? Oh, Level 42. Here we are. Staring at the Sun Tour. 12th of January, 89. Block C? C2. There we go. Oh. It's very faint. These are old tickets. Got Dire Straits. Goodness me. Bryan Adams. Another Bryan Adams. Let me see if I can find this Prince ticket. It's a historical artifact. Oh, all my tickets are falling out there. Oh, what's this? Level 42. Hammersmith 90. There we go. Last night, 22nd. So I know it doesn't work so great on a vertical live stream, but there we are. Here we are. Woohoo! Prince, first of all. I got the price wrong. It was £14.50. Still worth every penny. Worth every penny. God, I remember it like it was yesterday. Duran Duran, 23rd December 88, just before Christmas, Wembley Arena. Blimey. Status Quo from 89. Goodness me. Toto. Oh, these are all more recent. Well, there we go. Anyway, I found the Prince one. I can't find my first ever ticket stub, which was Duran Duran. 87, I think it's disappeared in the mists of time, sadly. I used to know where it was, but I haven't seen it in a long time, and it wasn't where I thought it would be with the other ones. Shame. Right, Gareth. Same with baseball. We're talking about American sports. Al, take it easy, Gareth. Baseball is our beautiful game. I don't mind a bit of baseball. I don't sit there. I can't. We don't get it over here, but I've always got other things I've got to do. You know. Al, Brooksy, I'm signing up to Super Chat to help you out. Thank you very much. You don't have to. The videos are free, but thank you very much, Al. Appreciate it. I've never done this, but for you, I will. Love you. From the great state of Texas. Support you on affiliate links too. Bless your heart. Thank you. I can highly recommend the... I'm not wearing a Brooksy's Base Corner shirt tonight. The merch is fabulous. If you're going to buy merch, don't buy it through the YouTube shelf. Go into the description box for this video or any other video. You'll see the links. So buy the merch through spreadshop.com. It's the American one. We get more of the money. Whereas if you buy it through the YouTube shelf, they get 45% of the affiliate amount. Whereas I get the full affiliate amount if you do it through the link in the description box. But Super Chat, feel free. Thank you. I should get an alert when you do it. So thank you very much. Kerry, you went to that one. Yes, you went to a few. Actually, there's a few in there that you came to. Kerry, the bowl was such a good gig. The bowl. What bowl? Oh, Crystal Palace. Yes. I always felt let down like that because they finished early and so there was no lights or anything. It was the production was very slim. I thought they didn't do a lot on the production for that. It was literally they were on tour, but they were doing festivals and stuff, and the proper tour didn't start till later in the year. They literally had a couple of rows of white lights and that was it. And they were housed in the fluffy dice above the stage. There was no presentation. Al, I cried when Prince died. Join the club. Yeah. Here in America in the 80s, you were either a Michael Jackson fan or Prince. I love Prince, likewise. Took me a little while to get there, but I got there eventually. Stacey, oof, I must be the only American here who's not a fan of American football. Richard, good to see you. Happy anniversary. Thank you, my man. Thank you all. Any base purchases? Here we go. Never give up. Do I like Slipknot? I'm not a fan of that genre of music, but I do know Alex through my work with Bass Guitar Magazine and Bass Player. I spent a couple of hours in his company back in, oh God, get the year right, 2015, 2016. When he was there, he was one of the main masterclass players. So I know Alex, but no, Slipknot aren't really my thing. But you're very welcome here. You want to talk about Slipknot and bass players and Alex? Feel free. Stacey, oh wow, Duran Duran in 88. I was there, still got the t-shirt in the program. Quo too, yeah, Quo was the year after. Quo was the year I shouldn't have chosen Quo. My girlfriend at the time and I, it was a toss-up between going to see Quo and going to see Bon Jovi on the second time round for the New Jersey tour, and we should have gone to Bon Jovi because they had Dan Reed Network support, and at the time I just didn't have the money to afford both shows, and we picked the wrong show. Quo were great, Quo were Quo, but we really should have gone to the Bon Jovi show because they had maximized their stage show by that point with all the platforms and the flying out into the audience, but Dan Reed Network was support. And I would have died to have seen them on that tour. I didn't. That's where they made their name, was on that tour. And yeah, we picked the wrong one. Not to worry. These things happen. Richard, no bass purchases, but I've ordered some Fender Pure Vintage 66 pickups for that nitro finished jazz build. Lovely. Lollas were too expensive and would have doubled the cost of the bass. Yeah, those others will be fine. They'll be fine. I wish you told me. I've got a set of 62 reissue jazz pickups here and a set of EMGs, active single coils. If you want me to produce a list of parts and bits that can go up for sale, I'll do that if you want to buy any of it. I do have various pickups. I've got the original Stingray pickup and circuit from the one that I swapped over to the Aguilar and the John East. The EMG pickups, the Fender 62s. I will sort that out for you. In fact, let me make a little post-it note of that, and I'll do that next week. Now I'm going to have 2 weeks of nothing. I will get that to you. There's not tons, but there's probably a few bits and bobs that can give me some extra room in the drawers. I'm not talking about my strides, of course. I'm talking about the drawers that all the stuff is in. Right, let's have a look at all of those. That's all good. Al, I love Slipknot. Paul Gray was a very good bass player. Too bad he succumbed to the rock star evils. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. Richard, really enjoying my 95 Stingray with the Aguilar. I thought you might. Fantastic chewy sound and punch. Okay, I know you've put your preferred gauges on there. See how you get on with them. See how long the strings last. But as an experiment, once you've had that set on, go to a slightly heavier gauge. Because I always used to... Oh, Kerry's going to say good night. Night. Have a good sleep. Get some sleep. I might see you tomorrow. I'll be down for 11 o'clock. I'll be there all day. So, and if you need me to come and pick you up from the hospital, tell me and I'll come and get you. But Mum was saying either Haley or Craig are going to come and get you. Probably won't see you tomorrow, but let me know. If you end up at home, I'll come over and see you. So, yes, Richard. Yeah, try your preferred strings. I used to use 4000s for years whenever I used a Stingray. And then there was something I just couldn't get out of this one that I used to be able to get out of the Mark King, which was an 89, 90. Night, sister. See you later. And I spoke to a few people about it, and they said sometimes certain Stingrays, depending on the vintage, which year, circuit pickup, benefit from having slightly heavier strings. It's not a huge jump, but it can make a bit of difference with how the pickup delivers the tone. So I went up to 4505, as I did with all the Fender 4 in a row machine head equipped basses. So now on all those basses I run 4505 generally. And it made a world of difference. I couldn't believe. Suddenly it was like, whoa, didn't have that power before. Whereas on the old Mark King one, I used to run it 4000s always, and it was fine as it was. But there seemed to be, remember that chat we had about your Court Space Bass, where it might just benefit from a slightly heavier string gauge to get more of the bottom end out the pickups and circuit. Sometimes certain Stingrays are the same. Because they're not all built in the same year. They're not all built with the same components on the board. Sometimes the pickups aren't wound exactly the same. Going up that extra jump in the string gauge can make a world of difference. And actually, I find this Stingray plays better playability wise with a heavier gauge on it. And less sort of having to dig in to get some of the notes to jump out. Just a heavier gauge, it just does it automatically. Don't find it any harder to play. It's not like on a Precision when you go from 4000s to 4595s. That's sometimes can be a bit of a jump. But also I think it's to do with the brand you pick and the tension in the string. That can make a difference. There's Stacy saying night to my sister. Yeah, so you usually use the Elixir's 4095s. Yes, set I use on all the wooden basses, but the sound is fantastic. Well, there you go. There you go. If you're happy with it, there's no reason to change. But if ever, you know, whether it's this Stingray or another one, sometimes just that extra push, even if you just fatten up the bottom end but leave the top at 40, 60, you might find a 105, 85 just gives it a bit more welly in the bottom end. I always thought you just picked up a Stingray and they all sound the same. They don't. Not even close. Albriano, good night all. Good night, Brooksy. Gotta go. Take care. Go Raiders, Mighty Red and 3 lines. Bass players rock. You know that. I haven't seen anything appear on Super Chat, but I don't know if you've done that yet or not. So that's all cool. But like I say, if you want to buy something, buy merch and use those affiliate links in the description box. Go for the US link, which is spreadshop.com. Thank you very much. It is coming up to 11:15. I was going to stop at 10:30, but we seem to be on a flow. So we'll go through till 11 and then I'll call it a day. Right, one more cake and that'll be the lot tonight on that front. Anyone got any questions? Bass guitars, bass amps, bass effects, bass accessories, great bass players, albums with great bass players on? Fire away. Put your comments in the comment box. Press send. It'll appear in the live chat feed. Then I can respond to it. All good. Rich, I'm so used to the 4095s that 4505s on the Nitro Jazz hurt my poor fingers. Oh, you poor love. Yeah, I was never a fan of 4505s, but things change. We've had this discussion. I find I don't use treble as much as I used to. And as I say, I found a difference when you have got a 4 in a row or 3 over 1. There's something about the tension on those strings and they die out so much quicker than a 2 over 2 headstock arrangement we're talking. And in order to counterbalance that, I use 4505s on all my Fenders, Stingrays, anything with that sort of arrangement. And I'm quite happy with 4000s on the others. That seems to work. Gareth, it's just woodshedding Stone Roses material for a dep gig next month. Very good. Enjoy. Won't take you long to learn that stuff. Most of the songs are about 2.5 minutes. Most of their songs are just repeating riffs. The problem is trying to remember which song is which because they start to sound similar. Rich, I was thinking we need to do an SMV style tune on video with Jamie. I don't think it will work because I get so many problems trying to play live. We had technical issues at the start tonight. Everything was set up. I set everything up about 3 hours ago. Kept the StreamYard window open, kept the Instagram window open. Everything was fine. Came back in 7:45, checked it all. It was all fine. About 3 minutes before we go live, camera went, well, here in StreamYard, the visual feed disappeared. We had a black screen. Sound stopped. I had to basically close down StreamYard and set it back up again. So I'd done the countdown and everyone was just facing a black screen for about 2 minutes. So you can imagine what trying to do that would be like. It's not going to work. Maybe something when we go to Nick's Bash. You might want to go back into this live chat. I explained earlier that I spoke to Nick's sister yesterday. And getting up and playing sounds like it's going to be very, very difficult. I was hoping stuff would be arranged in advance. At the moment, there's 20 bands performing at Nick's memorial. So for me, you and Jamie to get up and play, I don't know how they're going to work it out. She said she'll come back to me after she's had a meeting next week with the guy who's organising everything. But I don't think Jamie or I will be doing much playing. So by the sounds of it, Lewis, you're off work now. Excellent. There we go. Get home, start playing. No chance at all. We might, because she did ask Jamie to play, and she knows I wanted to get up and play a couple of tunes with a band, but apparently it's all been sorted in advance, and none of us really knew about it. Apparently a list was put up of who wants to play, and I didn't see anything mentioned on social media, and I went back through Nick's Facebook yesterday. I can't see any posting. So either it was local bands who saw it, maybe it was posted somewhere else. I don't know. I certainly didn't see anything. But there we go. We'll see. It's 5 weeks. Is it 5 weeks? 5 weeks or 6 weeks? Bear with me a moment. Just check my diary. So tomorrow's the 1st. So it is 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 and a bit weeks. Came round a bit quick. Yeah, it'll be about 5 weeks. I'm on my 2nd week off from the schools. Yeah. What will be, will be. I think Jamie suggested that if we're not going to be playing, then we'll leave earlier and we'll go and get food. Lewis, the fan fret is easily done. Told you. Don't look at the front facing of the fingerball. Just look at the fret edges. That's all you need. And then play it like any other bass you'd play. Where am I here? Right. Yep. You're adapting well. Very good. Richard, I may have to join you later for that. I have a daytime tribute show at Yedden Town Hall. Yedden Town Hall? Where's that? Yedden, he says. Oh, blimey. Miles away. That's up near Leeds. Wow. Okay. You have special dispensation if you can't make it, mate. That's a fair old trek. Well, you're going to be down on the Friday, I think, aren't you? So, Gareth, plan on using my Jack Cassidy as Manny. Use one on the reunion gigs in 2016. There you go. There you go. That'll do the job. Lewis, your advice is spot on. Pleasure. Neil, yeah. Such is our lives as musicians, ain't that true? You'll be in Brum for the Friday curry. Very good. Splendid. Okay, it is 10 to 11 here in London. We're going to do another 10 minutes, then we're going to wrap things up. So if you've got any questions, anything you want to talk about, anything on the channel you want to talk about. 5th anniversary. Don't know where 5 years have gone. Tell you. It has just zoomed. But it's all good. It's all heading in the right direction, which is what we're aiming for. So, super stuff. Just quickly checking through everything. Everything's all working. Yeah, they have all fallen asleep. Yes. I think so. We got to Thursday and people have run out of juice in their batteries. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Stacey's on. She's at work. She's listening in. It's all good. It's all good. This was an impromptu one. I didn't really announce it till a little earlier. Oh, I'm just seeing your message. Channel is a testament to your determination and tenacity. Yeah. Yeah, I just sort of plow on, you know. When is Stacey coming over to the UK? Well, now there's a question. We've been asking that for years. She hasn't actually been here since 2012, I think. And don't know. Don't know is the answer. They've had... haven't had a holiday here since then, I think. So, yes, tenacity and determination, hey. It's more pig-headedness, frankly. It's like, I'll just carry on doing it. I was just going through a couple of the old live chats, actually, for shorts remixing. And we did a run, actually, before this live chat started to take off at the end of 2022. I did a run of them in July and August in 2022 on Monday nights, and they were dead. One of them didn't last more than 35 minutes. There was no one watching. There was no one commenting. I was literally talking into the camera to myself. And I'll be honest, at the end of that little run, and I remember I got to the final one the other night, and it was the last of those 5 Mondays. And I said, oh, we're going to take a couple of weeks off and let people recharge. And actually, in the back of my head, I thought, I'm not going to do live chats anymore. It's pointless. Absolutely pointless. No one tunes in. No one tunes in. No one messages, nothing. And then we started up again in the October, I think. And it just started to work. I picked a different night. I picked Tuesday nights instead of Mondays. And we started at a different time. We started at 8 o'clock instead of 7. And things just started to take off. Suddenly there was like more people and they were asking questions, and then they come back the week after and it started to bloom and bloom and bloom. And a couple of those Tuesdays at the end of 2022, we started to get upwards of 200 people on. And I was like, wow, okay. Maybe I've misread this. It's finding a night that works. And when you've got people tuning in all over the world, you're never going to pick a perfect night because everyone's time zone is different. So where it works for the UK, it might not work for the US, which is why I did the Saturdays at the start of this year. And then you move to Saturday and people go, oh, I can only do Tuesday night. I can't do Saturday. And it's like, well, I can't fit it around. But the live chat is there. You can watch it after the event and still carry on the conversation via the comments section. But yeah. And then for some reason we came back after Christmas 2022 and the live chats just sprang into life. And here we are. Now I can do it every Tuesday. I remember posting up on the community tab asking people, would you tune in for a weekly live chat? Most people said no. They said no, too much, overkill. And I said, what, once every fortnight? And that was like a 50-50. I was like, cripes, how do people manage to... Some channels do like multiple live chats per week. How do you do that? How do you get to that? How do you have enough to talk about? Or maybe you keep the chat short. And here we are, 2025, and they flock to the base shepherd. Yeah. I'm a spy dressed as a shepherd. Shepherd spy. Anyway, it's a dreadful gag. I think they've all thought, yep, we've done that one. Wednesday, yeah, we've done that. Thought you'd like, yeah. Pig-headedness goes a long way. It does in this business. Yeah, the base shepherd. I'll get a long beard and a cloak and a hood and a stick. I'll get the old, where are we? There we go. Where it goes up with the old crooked, that like you have in the theatre, the hook, Anyway, we're coming up towards 8 o'clock. Alchemy. Can't even tell time now. 11 o'clock. We've been going for 3 hours. With the long beard, you can dip for Leland. Couldn't I? Yeah, exactly that. So once more, with feeling, I'll show you, because you've come on here late, so you haven't seen this. So we got a nice message from Neil Fairclough a little earlier. So I'll let you see Neil. I'll let you see Chris Childs from Thunder and Taiketo from the other night.
Hey Mike, Neil here. Just wanted to congratulate you on 5 years of Brooksy's Bass Corner. Incredible. And here's to another 5 years of bass talk and bass stories. Thank you so much, Mike. Thanks for your support too. All the best and have a great time, everyone out there. Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Hello, mate. Sorry I can't join you tonight, but I'd just like to wish you a happy 5th anniversary, and may there be many more. I can't believe it's 5 years since you started it. I wish I could have got along to a few more of them, but I'm a busy boy, and I'm pleased to be able to say that. So happy 5th anniversary. See you soon.
Bless them. Fine people they are. Fine men. Gareth, give Aid Edmondson the Bad Shepherds a listen. Folk covers of punk songs. Yeah, I might just do that. I might stick that on in the car on the way to my gig on Saturday. Lewis, awesome. Thank you, sir. Yeah, exactly. You got that gag as well. Yeah, I'll have a listen to that. I'll try and find that. Is it on Spotify? It'll be on YouTube. I'll find it. Very good. Right, we're going to wrap this up. So, boys and girls, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for getting involved in the 5th anniversary celebrations. We won't do any more of these till we hit the 10th anniversary, or I hit sort of 1 million subscribers or something. Next milestone actually will be hitting 1 million views. So, probably tomorrow. So, as of this time last night, we were on 897,000 views here on the channel. So we're about to hit 900,000 as we roll into tomorrow, because the analytics are 2 days behind. But next thing will be hitting 1 million views. That'll be the next milestone. I think we'll be doing that. I thought it was going to be early September. I think we're going to hit it probably before the end of August if we carry on, or if I carry on with the same production schedule. So we will see. But yeah, 1,000 brain's gone to mush. 1 million views, which isn't bad. I'll be brutally honest. I'll take that. But that will be in a couple of weeks' time. So based on the analytics as they are. So on that note, I will love you and leave you. Have a fabulous weekend. Enjoy your gigs if you're out playing. If you're not and you're going to see some bands, enjoy those. Travel safely. Make sure you get home safely. I'll see you definitely on Tuesday for Live Chat 125. And there may be some impromptu live chats. We may do a live chat from the ferry as we're going over to the Isle of Wight on Saturday for the Queen show. We'll see. Never know, might bump into Mark King. You just never know these things. I suspect he's out at a festival this weekend, but I might message him tomorrow and see where he is. But yes, on that note, thank you very much for joining me, celebrating the 5th anniversary of the channel. It's been a blast, and you reflect on these things, and it's all good. It's all good. It's been a crazy journey. I can honestly say one day I'll do a bloopers video. There's plenty. I might need about 6 hours for that. It's going to be a lot of bloopers if I went back through all the old footage. So we'll see. But on that note, have a fabulous weekend. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this after the event, you can still comment. Leave a comment in the comment section. Please give the video a thumbs up. Very important, of course. And feel free to share it out across social media. On that note, I'm going to get myself off to bed. I'm off to see the folks tomorrow. So take care. Enjoy your gigs over the weekend. I'll see you Tuesday, if not before. Take it easy. See you soon, guys.